Good evening, everyone. Hope we're going well. Apologies for the little delay, little bit sort of running behind. If you do have any last-second questions for tonight's game or anything, put them in the chat below, and I'll answer as many as I can before lockout does hit. But hope we're all going well. Hopefully, there's not too many questions tonight in terms of too many questions relating to the game tonight, I should say. I think we've pretty much sorted for tonight. But if anyone else has got a question, then chuck it in, and I can answer them as best I can. Wait, did I not have... Oh, I didn't have Bont here. Okay, that's interesting. Imagine another 1-6 from Bont. VC on English said, Dylan James, not for me tonight. No. Is there any Ranger in the game? Looks a bit wet. 20 tails in the first half says has. Who's that from? How about Loman? Don't think Loman will go that big, but I guess we'll find out. We'll see. Should be a good game of footy tonight. Damn, I'm disappointed I didn't put him in there. Put Errol in. Cool. Brett again on the way. Is there Ranger in the game, says Santhosh. I would imagine there probably will be with rain around up in Brisbane at the moment, but we'll see how it does go. We're about to get on the way. Should be a pretty wet game, I'd imagine. Pretty quiet night for me for fantasy tonight. I just have Bont in this game, so we'll see how the Bont goes tonight. I didn't have Bont actually in my game day squad. That's a little bit frustrating. I probably would have wanted him in there, but that is okay. About to get on the way. Friday night footy from the Gabba. Let's see how we go. So McInerney does win the first hit out over English. Wouldn't imagine there'll be a lot of chipping around. Oh, that could be free against Bont. That's stiff. Bont is just going for the ball, and it's now been ruled about contact below the knees. It's such a shit rule. It's such a shit rule. It's slippery, it's wet. What else is he meant to do? Just let the other guy get the ball. That's crap. Am I the only one that doesn't like the rule? Still got English, says John. Bring him in, John. I think you can still definitely go bringing John. I just wouldn't VC him. That's the only thing. So Hipwood lining up for the first goal, and he gets what he probably not deserves because it is a rule, but I don't like the rule. It's wet, like seriously. Like the umpires have really got to just understand the game. I missed getting English, says John. That's all, mate. That's all. If you didn't get English, then I guess at least you go Gorn. And you'd be happy. Because I know you're tossing up between Gorn and English, John. So just go Gorn. You're fine. Yeah, they're both good options. Dylan Jones, I've got English, Bont, Darcy, Richards, Kennedy, and Zorko in this game. So a lot of people got a lot of players in this game. So I'm probably in the minority where I've only got the one in Bont. So I guess Bont hadn't started great with the -3, but we'll see how he goes from here. But yeah, a lot of people got like a Darcy in this game. I'd be nervous with Darcy's score tonight. Just with the wet weather, but hopefully he can kick a few goals for you. Limit says it's a silly rule. Agreed. Just because, unfortunately, one guy broke his leg from an innocuous incident, they go, nah, let's change the rule. It's like them changing this like a, it's like just stupid. Just ridiculous. Be interesting to see how Kennedy goes tonight. Apparently, someone said, where did I hear it? Was it someone on the Watchalong last night or something that was saying that, yeah, it was reported early in the week that Kennedy was sick last week, so which it does explain a lot as to why there's Levi Ashcroft marking lining up for the first goal of the game. Does explain why Kennedy was poor last week because he was sick, so. Over Grundy and Curtin, yeah, says John. So, John, what was it? You were going Grundy and Curtin or Gorn and who? What were the combos? Limits, especially in these conditions, only got Bont. Yeah, agreed limits, agreed with that one. And yes, I've only got Bont as well. So And we'll see how that goes for acting like scared parents. Yep. So Levi Ashcroft lining up for the first goal of the game. And puts it through. Brisbane on the board with the first goal. Actually, see, I'm more interested for this game, to be honest, for where the Crows will end up sitting. So if the Crows were to win on Sunday, either if Brisbane win, the Crows would be 2 games ahead of ninth, which would put them in a really good spot to at least be putting them there for finals. But if the Dogs beat Brisbane and the Crows win, the Crows could actually go up to second tonight. If they win. I would probably rather Dogs win. I tip Brisbane, but I'd rather them win just in case if the Crows were to lose, we don't lose ground on second. So, hey, Bale says, Will, how you going, Will? Hope you're going well. Options were Warner/Parker and Gawn/English, or Grundy and Curtin, Martin Richards. Yeah, I think for John, because I know you're saying top 1,500, I think I'm Gawn and Warner would be my pick out of those. That's where I'd go. I do really like Grundy as an option, but I'm just slightly worried about the ceiling from Kurt. No, sorry, just worried about Curtin. He's not going to be a top 6 forward. You're in amongst the top 1,000, so I'd probably go for that. Or if you're trying to, like, I don't know how far away you are from top 100. If you're wanting to try and get top 100 and you want to take a real swing, then go Grundy Curtin, because then you can captain Grundy. But really, it depends. Limit saying smash the likes. Yes, if you are watching, do make sure you smash a like on the video. As always, we'll try and get to 100 once again. We obviously passed it again last night, so if we can keep going, that'd be good. Get the likes flowing, says John. Thank you, mate. Tony, yeah, Bale's the rule for no aluminium studs because of one incident has made players slip and slide since. Yeah. That's what the AFL do. That one thing goes wrong, they go, nah, let's change it because that shouldn't be what happens. It's just ridiculous. There's English. No, I thought they might pay that mark there, actually. There's Dale, who's had a couple of touches earlier. Let's do a bit of a refresh for the scores. Bont's not on the bench already, is he? No, so Bont's up forward at the moment, I think. Oh, no, Bont's there. He just didn't start in the C. I don't think he started in the CBA. That one. I think they had Richards, Kennedy, and Liver. Let's put it back over here. There's Kennedy. Probably gets a tackle for that on McCluggage. There's Dale with a kick. Bales, which team would you go for a 230k red dot looping mid forward? West Coast and St Kilda are the two teams that have got a lot of those later games. There's Norton. That's almost a free kick. Doesn't matter. West gets and kicks a goal. Doggies get their first goal. So West Coast, St Kilda would be the picks for the two teams there. Luke Dowdy, would you take a 110 VC from Green? I don't know if Grundy, but was thinking Dawson. So Luke, where are you ranked? That would probably determine where I'd be going there. Because I do like Dawson this week. It would depend where you're ranked. I normally take 110s. I know it's right on 110. But yeah, whereabouts are you ranked? That would be my question. Who do I play, Young or Long for draft? Young. What? Hayden Young. I had a mental blank. Young or Long for draft? Ooh. I feel like I'd go Long, you know. And the reason I'd say I'd go Long is just because I'm worried about Young and does he get subbed out? Does he get managed? He'll get managed minutes, of course. So I'd probably go for Long, you know, just because at the MCG, no Mitchell, probably gets a little bit of a bump in midfield time. There's a tackle for Bont there. Give me a sec, guys. Dogs are outside the door. Just need to put them back in the room. Give me 2 seconds. Get them on their beds. Otherwise, they'll keep making racket for a little bit. Give me 2 seconds. I'm back. And English lining up for goal. Just took a mark there. No, the play Dogs were just outside my door, so I just had to put them on my bed because they leave the door open for them, so they just sleep in there. But tapping around on the outside door is just getting slightly annoying. I think I'm A's away from top 100, unfortunately, says John. Yeah. In that case, probably just go, Gawn and Warner would be my pick. I'm ranked 815, says Luke Dowdy. I think I'm assuming you're probably just trying to try and get as high as you can, Luke, and try and get to top 100. There's English and goal for English. So second goal of the Dogs. They're in front now. I'm assuming you probably think you're maybe slightly outside of a chance to get top 100. In that case, I'd take it on and go to Dawson captain. If you're trying to get top 500 and you're sort of not, like you just want to finish as high as you can, but you're not sort of trying to get top 100, then I'd just take the VC. But if you're trying to get top 100, just trying to do whatever you can, I'd probably take on the 110, try and get the extra 20, 30 points. I don't know why Bont's on -3. Bont should be on 1. He got a tackle there, and it went to the opposition. So I don't know why they haven't added the tackle for Bont yet, but hopefully they add it shortly. But no, good start for English. Up to 14. Good start for him. Susan with the Super Chat. Thank you, Susan. Very much appreciate it. Hi, Bars. Hope you're doing well this round. Just Bont, Dunkling, Kenny for me tonight. Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of fantasy people that we've got in tonight. A few people got a lot, but I've only got the one in Bont. You got a few. I think the common 3 will be Bont, Dunkley, Kennedy, or maybe a Zorko in there as well. But yeah, it seems like it might be a quiet night for fantasy. I've got, actually, I want to know, how many players have you guys got in the Sydney North Melbourne game? I think I've got 7. So I've got a lot of players in that game. Here's Charlie Cameron and another goal to Brisbane. So Brisbane take the lead back again. Darcy should be on 6. Free kick, handball, mark. I'm not sure. I forgot I've got Kenny as well. Says limits. I think Saints play first game Saturday round 22 and Friday round 23, don't they? Maybe, but they've got a lot of the Sunday games in other rounds. Just go some from West Coast is your pick because they've got a lot of the late games. So go West Coast. If there's a mid forward, I know that Cohen Livingston is a ruck forward that plays late, and he'd be a pick. But obviously, you said mid forward. I don't know if West Coast and FC got a mid forward that play late, or Richmond. Richmond's another one. It's going to be a high scoring game, says Blimp. Well, the way it started, it looks like, but probably depend on does the weather stay away for a lot of the game. Just Zorko for me, says Anthony. I've got Dunkley and Darcy. That's it, says Corey. There's Dale, that's no mark, play on, but gets the kick. Okay, Cheese Bell says has. All good, mate. Happy to help. 4 in this one, Zorko, Bont, Loman, and Darcy, says Blim. Tyler Jones says he's got 5 in that Sydney North Melbourne game. I feel like that's got a lot of players. Like, I'm bringing in 2 from that game. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how they go. I don't love having that many in a game just because you're less likely to get all good scores from all of them. But there's a handball for Loman for anyone relying on him as cover this week. Not a great handball. They had Bont inside. They should have gone to. 5 in the Sydney North game, says Jackson. Just Kenny and Bont for me, says Tony. I only have 5 in the Sydney North game. Yeah, I got 7. So it's probably not a huge amount. But I just don't think they're all going to ton up, right? And that's obviously what you want from all your players. You want them all to ton up. Don't think we'll ever have a week where that happens. There's a tackle for Dunkley. It's the first involvement I've seen Dunkley have all game, actually. I think he's been a bit quiet to start things off, which surprised me a bit. I thought this would be a game that would suit him. There's Bont with a kick, so he gets back to 0 points, funny enough. First touch for Bont. That'll be out of bounds. Cringe when Darcy nearly broke his neck at the start, says Blimp. I honestly didn't see it. I think I was answering the chat and I just saw him go down. I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened, but hopefully he's okay. What are we up to? We've got 16 likes. Appreciate everyone that's done that so far. If you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Since I've got less people watching tonight than normally on a Friday. Dunk's not on Bont at all stoppages, says Dylan James. Which is surprising. Bont doesn't really look like he's getting a tag as such to start the game. He's got McCluggage on him at the moment. So where is Dunk? Dunkley's on Garcia at the moment. So it doesn't really look like either team's doing any tagging jobs at the moment. Like, I don't know if there's a kick for Dunkley. I guess the one I was looking at was, were they going to do a tagging job on like a Zorko? Here's Bont. Bont going for goal. About a long way out. No, that's a behind, I believe. No, they're going to pay them. No, might be a behind for Bont. Bet Baz is a late out, says Tony. Wouldn't be shocked if it did happen, to be honest. It's the story of Baz, unfortunately. You get the good with the bad with Bont. With Baz, sorry. Also Bont, to be fair. Jam, hi Bales, fell asleep before you showed your hair, but I look back and you should show off your hair a bit more, says Jam. Well, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Jaiden, do you think Bont could leave the club next year? Nah, I don't see him leaving the Bulldogs, to be honest. But you never know. I just don't think it'll happen. John, I'm just over 600 points away from top 100. Yeah, so what's that? You're probably looking at about 100 points a week. So you need everything to go right from here. Like you need to nail probably the top couple of captain scores each week, nail your trades. Probably need a week where you catch up a couple 100 points to make it. But yeah, so probably just outside range. You probably need to be within 300 points now to be top 100. But yeah, unless you have a week like a few people did last week where you saw 2,400 when everyone else scores like 2,000 and you catch up 300-400. But obviously that is unfortunately not likely for any of us. Dunkley on 11 so far, says Corey. Yeah, no, he's been okay. He's getting to a score at the moment. I'll just refresh his scores. It's been a couple of minutes since we did that. So English, obviously, a good start for him. Trying to go to Dale. I don't know why you go to Dale in a contested situation, but fair enough. Give it to Bont. Oh, Sanders, what are you doing, man? Don't go back to Dale. That's an awful kick from Dale. That hit the ground. Seriously. That was not a mark. And they paid it to Wilmot. That's such crap. It hit the ground. Out of bounds. That's not insufficient intent, is it? Can't be. No, I was going to say. So if that's the case, do I just focus on my league? And if that's the case, it's still Gawn and Warner. Well, is your league? Is it got like a cash league or anything like that? If you're, so John, depends. Are you for ranking or are you for leagues? There, because that would change my answer. If you're in it for leagues, I'd go Grundy because Grundy's going to be the better pick, and then you can fix Curtin up before your league finals start. But if you're going for ranking, it's probably Gawn and Warner. Garcia, why'd you run away from Bont? Vandermeer, go to Bont, top of the square. Here's Bont. Oh, he dropped the mark. What he does that so often. He gets the ball, but he drops the mark. I still think for a midfielder, people say I'm biased, but I think in terms of a contested mark, I think Dawson's probably overtaken Bont in that aspect. I know it's wet. I know he's not like to take the mark. Bont's still a better player, but he just doesn't hold those marks anymore. He used to take them a lot, but now he drops a fair few of them, unfortunately. Jay Sutts, hang on. Going to Darcy. No, Fort intercepted it. That'll be out of bounds. I don't think Gawn and English matchups are as red as everyone thinks. TDK is checked out and Gawn will bath Pitto, and Brisbane haven't played a decent ruck since round 10. Yeah, it's a good point. Yep. I still think Gawn will go well enough this week, right? So I don't think there's any issue with going Gawn this week. I guess people are just looking at the break-in at 150. They're like, well, let's put Jackson to R2 for a week, and then we'll go get Gawn the week after. No, nothing for Zorko there. So that goes to Dogs. That'll be a tackle for Bont. Yep, tackle for Bont there. Because he just got the tackle in and it affected the kick. Another intercept mark for Wilmot. Wilmot's playing really good footy at the moment. There's Dunkley. No, dropped the mark. He got the tackle there, though. Don't know if it was paid holding the ball. And that will be insufficient intent. If no, there's Hipwood there. Wilmot wasn't a mark, says Corey. I agree. I don't think it was. What's the chance Jack Martin is the sub? Yeah, it's a decent chance. Him and Bose are probably the two likely subs on the bench, so that's something to watch. But you've got Max Hall and Mason Wood as pivot guys in that same game if you do go for Jack Martin. Has surprised how keen Taser was on Tim Kelly over Curtin in the round preview. I think I just read somewhere that I think he was saying something about he heard that Tim Kelly said He wanted to go back to the waffle to be a midfielder and get his form back, and he's come back into the team as a midfielder. So, but I guess you're just taking a stab on a forward, right? You're just trying to see who's the pick. It was like Bont was surprised no one jumped with him, says Blimp. Yep. We go to round 22 with points counting to get a car/hat, says Kobe. Best I can get in the forwards is Rankin, not confident, says Tony. I still don't mind Rankin as a forward, as an option. He's still averaging near 90 for the season, and he's only gone below 75 twice this year, and 3 times this year, but 2 of them were back-to-back in really bad weather games, and the other one was when he gave away 5 free kicks against Gold Coast, which I know he plays in this week, but I still think Rankin's a decent enough option. Handball for Darcy there. There's Dunkley with a handball. Will Ashcroft with a handball to his brother. Levi another handball. Will another handball. Lohman handball. There's a kick for Lockie Neal. So a few players that you might have in your team. Here's Lohman again. Lohman with a kick. Going towards goal. No, Dale just marking on the line. That'd be a rush behind. That'd be behind, I reckon, because Dale played on outside the point. Unless they're reviewing to see if it was a point, which you'll probably get lucky then. The league I'm in's a cash league. I could also do that move. No, why are they reviewing this? I just don't understand. Like, how are you not confident that he took the mark? You're right there. Pay the mark. Like, seriously, these reviews are a waste of time. Because it's not that close. You can see that he marked it. Just pay the mark. It's just ridiculous. Does Essendon Gold Coast game count in fantasy? No, it doesn't. No. Sorry, John. The league I'm in is a cash league. I could also do that move of Jackson R2, then bring in Myers and Warner. I think because you can get Gawn and Warner, I wouldn't do that option of Jackson. I can only do the Jackson one if you are getting one of those other ones and you're not confident in a Curtin. So it depends. Do you want Curtin and Grundy? There's a mark for Darcy. Or do you want Gawn and Warner? Gawn and Warner's the safer play, but Grundy's probably the one that you probably want in your cash league for the remainder of the year. Then you can just get the better F6 in a couple of weeks. Because I'm assuming if league finals don't start next week, they start the week after. So if it's league, I'd go for Grundy and Curtin. But if it's not, then maybe go Gawn and Warner. Come on, man, we don't need to review that. He's standing in the perfect spot, says Blimp. Agreed, mate, agreed. Goal umpire's ridiculous, says Mike. I agree with that as well. They just don't have confidence in their own bloody judgment anymore, which makes it very frustrating. Because and all the commentators and coaches or players, whoever complains, the game's too long. It's not. It's the players getting reviews all the time. It's the exact same 20 minutes with time on. It's always been that way, and it's got longer because there's more reviews. There's more. They got to have the advertisement 30-second thing in between goals and everything like that make it longer. So Darcy Wilmot, again, has had an amazing start to the game, and he's lining up for goal, and that's going to be a goal unless it hasn't made the distance. No, it hasn't made the distance. There's Will Ashcroft. That hasn't gone far enough. That's holding the ball. That's Darcy dropped that. Don't know why they didn't play holding the ball there. Out of bounds. Do I go Grundy and under 800k forward or Gawn and under 900k forward? Again, Dylan, again, depending what, are you in it for league? Are you in it for ranking? Whereabouts are you in the ranks? That would be what I'd be saying there. Umpire said not sure with the score, says Corey. But they should be knowing, though. Does Jack Ross go to anybody against West Coast? And if so, who do you reckon? I don't think he'll go to anyone unless someone got out of hand. There's Lohman with a handball. Bailey Dale again. Dale's had a good start to the game, which is disappointing as a non-owner. Thought this would be a game where he'd struggle, but he's up to 29 already, which is frustrating. Hasn't been to the bench yet, but I feel like I've got him in a couple of leagues, which, especially in the Hat Chat League I'm in, I can't afford to be losing. I only got Bailey Dale on my team playing today. I need to get at least a 130, says Jaiden. Oh, there you go. Sorry, mate. I can't afford him to go 130 in all these league matchups that I've got against him. Vivek not only wasted time, but they also stopped the advantage being played on. Yep, another very good point, Vivek. Agreed. Disley just moved to a throw up centre circle, says Mike. Blimp, trust Dale to go B again once people have jumped ship. Yeah, probably. Yep, that wouldn't shock me if that happened. We are up to 20 likes as well, so if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. And help us get to 100 once again. That's our goal as always. So, Big O lining up for Brisbane's third. We had like 4 goals in the first 6 minutes, but hasn't been much since then. Oh, geez, that's a shocking kick. Another behind, and there'll be more points for Bailey Dale, unless he's gone onto the bench. Maybe Dale didn't take ticket. Maybe Dale is on the bench at the moment. I was going to check something on my... Oh, no, I was going to check match just. But I'll do that at quarter time. Frazier caught hole in the ball. I'm just going to play McCarthy over Ned Long currently. Last week, Ned got 53, says Jackson. Well, can you loop between the two? That would be what I'd say. If you can loop McCarthy Saturday night and then go into Long, I'd definitely do that. I think Long scores all right this week with Mitchell being out. There's Kennedy. Oh, no. A free kick to Vandermeer. Kennedy's been quiet. Yeah, Dale is on the bench. Yep, so that's why he didn't take the kick in. Who do you think I trade in for Rao out of... I don't know if I'd be trading Rao, Jaiden, to be honest. Dawson, Butters, Taranto. If you're picking one, it's Dawson, but I wouldn't be trading Rao, to be honest. He's been in amazing form. You keep him as a pod. He's getting it done. I wouldn't be trading him. That would be insufficient intent. Has to be. I know a player was there, but that was... Oh, jeez. He did nothing else other than just hit it out and was lucky that he had a player there. There's Faye's getting a bit angry. Which four to get the most points under 800k and under 900? I like Dan Curtin under there, but Mason Wood's also an option. And then if that's a Bont tackle. That's another Bont tackle. So 2 Bont tackles back-to-back, which is nice. There's Bont with a kick. So Bont, 11 points pretty quickly, which is good, at least. There's Levi again. Levi loves the wet. He gets open for these marks on a wing in the wet, which is surprising. You'd think that it wouldn't be him. And then under 900k, Dylan, it would be Petrarca's my favourite. If you've got Petrarca already, it's probably Chad Warner. If you've already got Chad Warner, it'd be Luke Parker. I would struggle to think you've got all 3 of those guys. If you've got all 3 of those guys, maybe it's a Caleb Daniel, Isaac Rankin. So they're looking at Zorko's foot at the moment. Don't know if that's anything to be concerned about. Blimp says, oh no, Zorko boot off. Zorko injured, says Marco. I'm not sure Zork's looking uncomfortable on the pine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happened. Is that Dunkley for a +6 or is that someone else? No, it's not Dunkley. I don't know what's happened here. Hopefully Zorko's okay, but I'm not sure. I'll get in my game day squad, so I'd be disappointed if he was injured. I thought about taking him out with the wet weather, but I thought, no, I can't take him out of my team. Looking good for a key return, says Mike. Zorko gone, says Marco. Is he though? Has if loan puts up a 70 plus, would you take that trading in a red dot to loop, avoiding trading in a sub 800k forward and hold the May to put on McRae next week? Yes, Has, I would do that. Yep. I would do that. Yep, I'd like that. Bring in obviously a mid forward, and obviously that's why you're asking about a mid forward, right? I would do that. If Loman goes 70 plus, I would do that. Because you have to trade that other player anyway. Looks like Libba's got a free kick against McCluggage. So Bont's up to 22 now. I thought he'd been pretty quiet, but he's going okay. There's bloody Dale again. +6 again. Piss off, Dale. No, you've been shit for ages, and now you're going to decide tonight. So Darcy +5 gives it to Bont. Bont gets the handball there. Oh, Bailey Williams fumbling again. I know it's wet, but come on. Is Bont up to 24, or was he up to 22 with that handball? Maybe he's up to 22 with that handball. No, 27. He must get a kick here or something. Yep. So they didn't add that handball before, so he's up to 27 now. So Bont started well. I thought he'd been a bit quiet, but He's actually going okay. His English gets free so much. Oh, that's hit the knee. It's not a goal, I don't think. Norton knows it as well. Yeah, no, he's hit his knee. It's not a goal. Zorko's hard AF. We'll give him a try, says Mike. I'm not a Zorko owner, so I don't mind if he's injured, says Jackson. Jay Sutts, Tom said on the contest with you, North had a bad run for inside mids, but am I wrong in thinking it's actually good, says Jay Sutts. I thought it was a good run heading on the run home, but I'm not sure. Ruby Rose, it's me again. How you going, Ruby? Hope you're going well. Corey said behind you. I think it'll be a behind. What's for tea tonight, my friend? Very good question, actually. What is for dinner tonight? Probably take out. Probably, because it's a Friday night. I'm not sure exactly what it'll be for takeout, but it'd be something. Maybe another Zambrero's Burrito Bowl. I enjoyed that one the last time I had that, so I might get that again, but I'm honestly not sure. It won't be KFC, because I had KFC the last time I had takeout, so I'll probably go something different. But yeah, I'm not sure. But good question, Ruby. I'll have to have a think about that for the next couple of hours. Obviously, because I won't get it till after this game's finished. Damn, I want Zambrero's as well, says Ruby. Why is English always running around free, says Dylan. I ask myself that question every game I watch English in the forward 50 play. He is always free. Here's Dale again. Go away, Dale. Seriously. How is he on 37 in the wet? Ridiculous. 37 in this wet weather. We're going back on the fakes again. I don't know if anything's happening with Zorko in here. Zorko in the room, says Mike. Yeah, it's not a good sign. Didn't pick Zorko in game day squad as only had a gold Zorko. Yeah, that's fair enough. Probably didn't want to play the gold Zorko in a game like this. There's a tackle for Kennedy. Need more points from Kennedy. He's been pretty quiet to start the game. It's a Sam Darcy effect. So much attention goes to him inside 50. There's a tackle for Dunkley. No, it's more just the fact that he just gets forward so much with the opposing ruck not going with him. And he just gets free so often. Like, it's a weapon that English uses all the time. There's a kick for Will Ashcroft. There's a tackle for Bailey Dale. Piss off, Dale! Zorko back on the bench, so hopefully he's okay. Dale's starting to really piss me off now. Dale pisses me off so much. There'll be games where he should be going big, but he doesn't. But then games where he shouldn't be scoring well, he'll all of a sudden score well. So he's up to 41. Just an absolute joke. 41 for Bailey Dale with 10 disposals. Brought in English, looking good so far. Yeah, English has started well. 29 points. Got my unique as Berry, 1.2% owned and on 20, so happy, says Jackson. Yep, he's had a solid start, Jared Berry. It's getting a bit feisty out there at the moment. Zorko rolled ankle, strap, and be back on, says Kobe. Thank you, Kobe, for letting us know that. I'm not sure. I didn't know what the injury was, so thank you. There's Kennedy with a handball. Going towards Bont. Here's Bont. No, didn't get it. That'll be a tackle for Dunkley. Dunkley's going to rack up the tackles tonight. He's up to 28, Dunkley. I think Dunkley will have a good game tonight. And I definitely put him in my game day squad. He's up to 5 tackles, Dunkley, already. Had just the 3 disposals. So if he started getting the ball a little bit more, he'd be on track for a big, big score. Classic Ballydale had to trade him for Whip because he's a roller coaster, says Mike. Yep. Yeah, Ballydale's just one of those players you just don't really like to own. He'll go big when you don't have him and you bring him in and he goes crap when you've got him. I find Zach Merritt has been like that a little bit for me. I won't own Merritt for any of these big gains, but then I'll trade him out or not have him and he'll go massive. There's Berry with another kick. No, quarter time. Bont on McCluggage. Hopefully does what he did when he was on Dawson. Both good matchups, says Dylan. Yep, hopefully he does. Bont not tackling. What do you mean, Flying Cow? He's got 3 tackles already. That's not too bad. Let's go through the scores at quarter time. And we'll have a look. So we've got Bailey Dale top scoring on 41, just typical. A lot of people traded out. Libbers on 37 at a good start. Wilmot 34. English on 29. It's a good start for English as well. Dunkley 28. Just needs to get a bit more of the ball and he'd be on track for a monster score there. Will Ashcroft 28. Bont 27. Solid start for the Bont. Levi 27. Ed Richards on 22. Fremont's got him. Kyle Loman's on 19. That's not too bad. You take that in a quarter with no marks and no shots at goal. Darcy's on 19 as well. That's not too bad either. McCluggage 17. He's been a bit quiet, but yeah, hopefully he can get going in the second half. Zorko on 15 as well. Obviously had that injury. Apparently it's an ankle injury, so he should be strapped and be back out there. So hopefully Zorko's okay. Kenny's on 12. Geez, that's 2 tackles, 2 handballs. Just not what you want from Kennedy. That's pretty much it, I reckon. Because Kennedy's one that I don't have, but I'm keeping an eye on to bring him in. But if he's going to keep putting up scores like this, I don't know if I want him, even in the forward line, which would be interesting because he's going to be cheap. I didn't see the drop-off from him coming, to be honest. I thought he was going to continue doing his thing, but yeah. Up to 23 likes as well, so if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. 1 point in it. Who are you going for, Bale, says Jackson? I probably want Dogs to win, because if the Crows were to win on Sunday, we'd go to second. If the Crows were to lose, we would sort of be still close to Brisbane, and Brisbane have got a tough run. But if Brisbane beat the Dogs and the Crows win, we go 2 games clear of the Dogs in ninth. So that would be better for our top 8 chances. Whereas I think if Bulldogs win, it'd be better for top 4, if that makes sense. Dowie Dog, says Marco. Don't mind that Loman start. He's looked busy, says Blimp. Yeah, he's looked good to start. Just checked my tipping and I got the margin right last night, says Foster. Nicely done, mate. I was about 22 points off, I think it was. Went by 70 and they obviously didn't win by that much. Blimp, he dropped a couple of marks inside 50 as well. Could have been bigger, says Haz. Yeah, no, definitely could have been bigger. Here he is, Moon Boy. G'day, Bales, G'day, Legend chat tonight. Mate, hope you're going well. I was wondering when you'd show up, but you have. Better late than never, as they say. But yes. Hang on, just checking messages. Oh, that's what I was going to check. I was going to check my matchups to see who smash up lights for Bales, says Moon Boy. Thank you, mate. Yes, make sure you do smash a like on the video. We're up to 23 already. Obviously, the quicker the lights go up, the better it is for the algorithm stuff. So there are 54 people watching right now. If every single person liked it up, we'd already be halfway to our goal, which is 100. So we got 57 actually watching now. So if every single person did me a huge favor, went to the like and just click the like, not the dislike. That's not a nice thing to do. Click the like button, get us to as quick as possible, and it does help us out a lot. And it'd be very much appreciated if you can do that. I have 4 players on 28, 23, 27, 19, said Jackson. That's not bad. You're pretty happy with that start? Dylan James, if I win a Hilux, I'll give you a wheel for the help you've given me. Thanks, Dylan, mate. Appreciate that. Don't know if I'd want a wheel, though, but I appreciate the sentiment. Kennedy Wash, says Marco. No, just struggling at the moment. Hi, Bale, says Andrew. How you going, Andrew? Hope you're going well. Not getting past the Mighty Suns this week, says Jay Sutts. It'll be a good game. Be a really good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm obviously going to that game. Smash the like button, says Jackson. Yes, agreed. We're up to 26. So, as I said, if so there's 25 people currently that haven't done it yet. If everyone did it, we'd be up to, and not the like emoji thing on the side, just on the like button on the actual video, we'd get to, it'd help with the algorithm and stuff. So, appreciate everyone that's done that. Hey, Bales, let's hope for a carnage-free round, says Brad. Yes, mate, I really hope we do. Why have they taken a handball away from Bont, says Lee? Have they really? Of course they have. I'm dumbfounded by champion data. I just don't get it. Yeah, Bont lost handball. Yeah, who knows? They're stupid when they come to stat taking, to be honest. The only guy I like from champion data is Hoyne. That's the only guy I like. I like his stats and stuff he uses, but I don't like the... What about Zorko there? That's interesting. It's almost like he just stopped and got injured. I don't know if Fakes is getting angry at Zorko for, but Bont went down to 25. So he says, yeah, saw that. Which car part would you like? Says Callum Robson. What car part? Probably the badge at the front. Just because at least you keep it and it's something you can put on, do. I don't know. I just want a car. That's what I want. Matt Kenny playing like he has another illness this week, says Zach. So Zorko going back to the bench. Oh, no. Or is he? No, he's starting on the ground. So Zorko's starting back on the ground, which is good. Actually, I'll check my matchups at halftime. I'll just do it then. Up to 37 likes. So appreciate everyone that's done that there. Appreciate that. Crows will win via karma for last time, says Marco. I hope that would be the case. New Hilux wheel would be a few $100 bells. Take that off, says Blim. Mate, I'll take it. I'll take it, right? I'm not going to say no. But how much is Matt Kenny on? Just on the 12 at the moment, Jam. Jack says 34 likes. Yes, yep, we're going well with the likes. Up to 37 as well. So obviously trying to get to 100. Champion Data Undefeated, says Moon Boy. Hardbells, what's your thoughts on Richards over Wood and Martin? Joe Richards, small forward. I don't love it, but he's been great last few weeks. You could go there. I think Mason Wood's almost my pick. I feel like I'm coming around to that pick a little bit more now, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Both playing that same game, Wood and Martin, so you can choose whoever you want. If Marshall's poorly again with Max Heath there, is he a must trade? If he scores poorly again and like a Mills and a Dock and that go well, I'll probably go Marshall to Gawn next week and just go Gawn Grundy. But depends what Marshall does, because Marshall does have Gawn next week, so I don't love that matchup. Doherty's got Melbourne, and with a few injuries still, if he's at half back and scores well again, there's probably no need for me to trade him out if he's at my D6 spot. Mills is the one I probably want to move on at some point, but I've got a few guys I probably want to trade out. Which part of me is like, well, does that mean I go Gawn and save cash and then upgrade a couple of guys next week? But I'm still pretty happy going Grundy. Looked like Zorka was stomped on and ankle strapped and back out, says Corey. Yep, that could be the case. Why is Toot Miller there, says Jaiden. What do you make? What, at the game tonight, or? There's Dale with it. No, that didn't count the handball because it was a free kick beforehand. Thanks, mate, says Matt. All good, mate. Happy to help. Your boy, who would you rather, Raul or Jack Steele? I think Jack Steele for the run home, I'd rather. But I'll tell you what, Matt Rao's been killing it. So I wouldn't be trading Matt Rao. I don't think I'll be trading Matt Rao in anymore because he's so expensive. But he's been great. I do like Jack Steele, though, as an option. So if you're choosing between the two, I'd say Jack Steele. Who do you want to win tonight, Bastard Dylan? As I said, it's a tricky one. Probably Western Bulldogs, because then if the Crows win, they go top 2. But I honestly don't mind. It's probably not a bad thing either way. That is not a free kick for in the back against Bont, you stupid prick. Oh, seriously. That is not a free against Bont. The umpires just pay, the umpires don't take into account conditions. If it's not that much in the back, and seriously, and Brisbane kicked the goal out of that. That's not, I'm sorry, that is not a free kick. Bont free against coming up, says Corey. Yep, it's bullshit. It's not that's not a free kick. It's wet weather, people diving forward, and Bont, no, it's bullshit. Crows will win because our back line isn't at full strength. Collins missing hurts. Crows are so to wait, is Collins out? I honestly didn't see that. Is he missing this week? No, Collins is there. Isn't he? No, he's not. Did he play last week? I thought Sam Collins played last week. There's a kick for Dunkley, by the way. He didn't list him on the ins or outs, but maybe he must have missed last week. I didn't realise he even missed, to be honest. But they beat Collingwood without Collins, so there you go. But there's a handball for Kennedy. And not Dockers out of the 8, says Kobe. Everybody please support Brisbane because if the Bulldogs win, they're going to put the pressure on Freo, says Kobe. How the hell is that a free against the Bont, says Lee? Yeah, mate. No idea. Umpires are shit. There's no surprises probably from us that the umpires get it wrong a lot. So There's Ed Richards. That was well done. Kicks it. Ignores Bont. There you go. Ed Richards hates Bontempelli. I'm convinced. If you watch closely when the Dogs play, Richards never passes to Bont. Never. I cannot remember the last time I've seen it. He always uses Bont as the decoy and goes longer or doesn't go to him. So Freedom McCluggage there, holding the ball. I have Matt Kennedy, Darcy, Dale, and Rayner in this game, says Andrew. Sam Collins didn't play last week, said Jackson. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that's obviously, yes. I feel like that's a big, big loss for Gold Coast on Sunday. Not saying that means Crows will definitely win, but it's a big loss against the three tall forwards. And also, you've got to remember as well, I think people are forgetting, Gold Coast got to get a lot of credit because they've played this whole year without Charlie Ballard, who's one of their main key defenders, and he's been out all season with that knee injury in the preseason. So, yeah, I think having Ballard and Collins out for Gold Coast this week against the Crows is a big loss. So, Richards thinks he's better than Bont. That's why, says Jaiden. He probably does. He's a very good player, Richards, but it just annoys me that every time he sees Bont, he never passes to him. Bont will pass to him, but Richards won't. There's another tackle for Kennedy. Let's do a bit of a refresh here with the scores. Bont will be down to 22, I think. So after being on 27, we thought, he's now down to 22. That's disappointing. It is a tough matchup for Bont, but that wasn't a tackle for Bont either because he got the handball away. Brought in Gawn and Grundy bit out of range. Grundy bit out of range, says Jackson. Yeah, that's fair. Gawn's is still a good option, right? So, very good option. So, what are we up? So, Dale hasn't scored yet this quarter so far. Dunkley's up to 35. Big O's having a good game at the moment. And English hasn't done much. I think, actually, English must have had points taken away because he was on 30, wasn't he? Or 29? They must have taken a handball away or something. Because he's only on 27. Who doesn't like Bont? Must be jealousy, says Moon Boy. Yep. Yeah, probably. But, yeah, it's annoying. Do we think Rosie's back next week, says John? I think he is because he's listed as a test this week. So, there's another handball for Kennedy. I think he was so close to playing this week that he'll be there. There's a kick for Kennedy. So, Kennedy's starting to get a little bit busier. Is that shin guard for Zorko? Maybe did he get kicked in the shin? Maybe. There's Dunkley with a handball. I think Bont's forward. Is Bont forward at the moment? Oh, no. Oh, then Richards passed to Bont. There it happened. It happened. Richards gave a handball to Bont. He did it. Haven't seen him do that very often, but Bont got the kick at least, which is good. Here's Riley West and goal for the Dogs. So Dogs back to a point again. What are you drinking, Bales? It's like a fast twitch Gatorade drink. It's like an energy drink type thing. It's like no sugar. Let's say 100 grams of caffeine. So it's good. These are actually taste really nice. This is a great one. There's grape, strawberry lemonade, and a blue one. Cool Blue, I think it's called. It's like a blueberry type flavour. They're really nice. And obviously better, they're healthier than a normal energy drink. So it's good. I like it. Richards to Bont. Yes, says Callum Robson. Yep, I know. Matt, do you rate Jackson to the rucks and getting Myers and McRae over Grundy and Wood type? We'll be getting Gawn next week. I think if you're getting Gawn next week, I actually like the Jackson to the ruck for a week and get Myers and McRae, because Myers and McRae are the two really good forwards that you don't have. So yeah, Matt, depends where you're ranked, right? If you're ranked top couple of hundred and you don't really need to take too much risk, there's a tackle for Lohman, then go for the two forwards. But if you need to take a bit of a swing, Grundy and Wood is where it's at, because Wood's got a ceiling, could go well. Grundy's obviously, as a VC or captain option, could put up a massive score. Handball for Will Ashcroft. For anyone that's still got him out there. He doesn't hate him after all, says Marco. Zorko isn't running well. He's out there, but feels like it'll be a quiet one, says Blimp. Yeah, potentially. Yep. Myers or Parker this week, says Moon Boy. Oh, you go Myers if you can afford him. Rank 4K, says Matt. So what's your goal, Matt? Are you trying to get as high as possible? There's another Kennedy tackle. Are you trying to win a cash league? What are your goals for the rest of the year? That would be my question. I've got Richards and Bont now, so I'll be instructing them to wax from now on. There's another kick for Kennedy. Kennedy's starting to get busy, which is good to see for those that own Kennedy. Obviously, I don't, but he's someone I will be looking at. Sam Darcy ignoring Bont there as well for a +6. I think Jackson is going downhill from an option last week. Got 80, says Jackson. I'm thinking Doherty to Dacos and Kennedy to Jackson. I wouldn't be trading Kennedy, Andrew, but I like the first trade though. Is that in the back? No, there's Lohman. Goal for Lohman. Lohman's scoring pretty well as well. He'd be up to about 30 odd now, wouldn't he? With that tackle, he might be like 32 or something. Yeah, loan up to 30. There you go. Lohman, good start for anyone that's got him as cover. Partly wish I'd... Partly... No, actually, no. I was going to say partly wish I kept him, but trading him out last week allowed me to get Parker and Grundy this week. What was I looking at? Yeah, Kenny's up to 32 now. So he's 20 points in the quarter so far. So good start in the quarter for him. Okay, then Myers or Jackson. Still Myers. Still Myers for me. Moonboy, I think he's a good option. Do something in your assist too. He's been a bit quiet last few minutes, only on 30. LFG Lohman says Fevelenko. Yep, no, he's had a pretty good game so far, Lohman. Luke Lohman and May shut the bed, so I see you got him in there. So Dunkley fell over, so got the handball. English handball to Bont. Bont handball to Sanders. Sanders handball. Here's Kennedy again. Another kick for Kenny. So Kenny's getting busy. Good to see. Zorko free kick coming up here as well. Good kick from Zorko to McCluggage. +6 for McCluggage coming up. Here's Lohman again. +6 for Lohman. He might go for goal here. No, he's getting it short to Logan Morris. Another free against Bont, says Lee. Was it a free against Bont? He got a kick, though. Are we sure it was a free against Bont? Must have been, because he's on 24. He was on 24 originally. So Bont been a bit frustrating. It was funny that he was on 27 at quarter time. They took a handball away. Then he gave a free kick away. Then he got a handball and a kick. Then he gave another free kick away. So it's like just on 24, but just hasn't done anything for like 20 minutes. Bont, you big oaf, says Blimp. Have a shot, Lohman, says Fevelenko. Oh, he's still going well. He's still up to 36. Oh, no, hang on. I didn't actually put... Lohman's like nearly one of the top scorers of the game. Here's bloody Bailey Daly again with another kick in. This is going to piss me off not having him tonight. Zorko with a spool. Zorko looks okay. Obviously, he looks a bit sore, right? But he'll play out the game. He's a hard unit. So I brought him in this week, says Nathan. Talking about English. Thoughts on Dogs players to run home? Bars includes Essendon, West Coast, says Mike. Yeah, no, the Dogs have got a decent run home, right? So like, that's why I don't want Kenny going massive because I don't own him, obviously, but I wanted to go all right because I do want to bring him back in. Well, sorry, bring him in. Sorry, not back in. Bloody Dale just got a kick then as well. That's really frustrating. 3 frees against Bont, says Corey. Yeah, of course. Yep. Bont can sometimes be and that'll be a bloody free kick for Dale as well. Or a tackle for Dale at least, which is really frustrating. Darcy the Caledonian option, says Andrew. Probably not for me, bit sideways. I don't love that trade. Can he beat last week's score already, says Jackson. I did say in the second quarter he'd probably get over 30, and he's done that. Do you think I made the right call, Zorko to Sheezel, says Tim? As I said, Tim, back yourself in. You're 37th. As I said, I would have gone Zorko out of the two, but then the wet weather probably would have maybe changed back to Sheezel, as I said on the pre-lockout chat. Goal for Will Ashcroft. So don't worry, Bales. We all know what Lohman does in his fourth quarters. Yep. Yeah, good point. I've gone big with 3 multis, all worth over 4K. So hopefully, Fevelenko, a couple of them can go well for you. Did my AFL ladder predictor. Adelaide finished second on the ladder, says Kobe. Interesting. So what? So you So what games are you saying that we win then, Kobe? I'd be interested to see because we should. I'm not going to say we will, but we should be beating West Coast and North Melbourne. But where would the other couple of wins come from? So obviously you got the Showdown, Collingwood, Hawthorn, and Gold Coast, the other 4. So how many are you saying we win? Adelaide, nice run home, says Kobe. That's a bit trickier, I think. 4 tough games there. 2 games that are good. So, but I don't mind that. Tough games before finals is probably a good thing. Is that a free kick against Dale? No, of course it's not. Free kick against Sanders should be. Yep. I won't have to put Auger on field if Loman scores well, says Nathan. Yeah. If he scores well, you could definitely do that. Damn, Bulldogs really about to go 1-8 against top 8 sides. It's only 14 points, right? It's not a big lead. Crows win the Showdown, Bowls, and against Gold Coast, says Mike. I hope so. Here's English for a +6. You beat Hawthorn, says Kobe. So what, Kobe, you're saying what? We beat what? So you're saying we beat Gold Coast, we beat Port, we beat Hawthorn, beat West Coast, lose. So you're saying we win 5 out of last 6. Power fan here, Bowers. Power don't have an answer to Crows stat forward of the bowl. Yeah, I do get that, right? And the Crows where they are and Port's injuries should mean that the Crows win, but Showdowns are different. Showdowns doesn't matter what's going on. Port could be winless and Crows could be undefeated, but there's just something about Showdowns that just doesn't really matter. But yes, agreed. Crows had the ball and Port's injury should mean that Crows should be winning. But, yeah. My rank will drop, says Tim. I don't think you got too many tonight, Tim, so it probably will. I'm going to drop tonight because I don't have many. Bont just got a handball in there. Darcy to Rankin, I'm going to. I wouldn't do that either, Andrew. I think it's too sideways. You're just going an average like a mid-forward to another mid-forward, like Dunkley dropped another mark, but he gets another tackle. So that's probably the best result when you drop a mark. Dunkley's just tackling. He's going very well tonight. He's up to 7 tackles, 6 disposals. Going along nicely. No, I thought Kenny might have got a tail there. McCluggage got a handball there. Fremont's got McCluggage. There's Kennedy with a handball to Bont, who gets the handball away just. That'll be a tackle for Loman there. Don't think it'll be 2, just be the 1. Yep, 7 tackles for Dunkley already, Corey. Yep. I went Sheasel, says Tim. Well, you're probably pretty happy with that, Tim, to be honest. With Zorko with a bit of an injury to his foot or ankle, and then the wet weather. So I think you made the right call, Tim. I think you made the right call. Hoping Dale has a quiet game, says Jackson. I was hoping he was going to as well, but he's just seems to be scoring at the moment. Oh, Bont, go for the tackle, man. Why are you trying to tap the ball forward? You're clearly not going to get it. There's Dale for another kick. Here's Kenny for a +6. So Kenny's getting busy. Kenny's really starting to get going. I'll worry about Bont getting dropped, says Crinkly Car. Is Bont alive? Why isn't he scoring? He's just not doing it. Like, he's making the wrong calls. Like, he's tapping when he should be tackling. He's handballing when he should be kicking. There's a tackle for Bont. That's nice to see, at least. We need more of those. With the injured state of Port's tools, I think your forwards are going to give us a bath. Well, I just like the Crows win, right? The Crows, if they can bank wins, finish top 4, that obviously gives Crows the best chance in September. There's Darcy with a free kick, so obviously +4. Gives them the best chance at finals, but obviously top 2 is obviously puts them in a very, very good position. It gets them a home qualifying. If they win that, then they get a home prelim. Top 4, you still get an away prelim, but if they win, you get a home prelim. If you finish top like 5th or 6th, you get a home final. The Crows should not, from where the Crows are now, they shouldn't be finishing any lower than 5th or 6th. Which, if they finish probably 6th, it'd be disappointing from where they are now. But I'm just wanting to play finals, right? So, not watching Crows in finals since 2017. So, what's that? So, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So, 7 consecutive years with no finals. I'm just going to be happy that they're playing finals as long as they can win the games that they need to. Goal for Norton, so keeps Brisbane. Keeps the Dogs close enough. They're back to 8 8 points. So still close game. Darcy Curtin a better choice. I wouldn't be traded. Well, I'm assuming you've already traded Darcy already, Andrew, but I wouldn't have traded Darcy. There was probably no need to be honest. Mike, only question on the Crows is, can they beat Lions, Cats, Pies away from home come September plus crappy winter conditions? Whether or not a factor other than that look great. Mike, that's a good call. It's a good point. That's the thing. Probably the question I've got is when it comes to September footy, Geelong, Collingwood and Brisbane have been there and they've been in grand finals and they've been in big finals. Crows haven't been there yet. The only players are like Tex, Laird, Brodie Smith, Crouch, those guys. But besides those four, unless I'm forgetting someone, there haven't been many that have played in finals. Like Cumming has, obviously Neil Bullen has, Peatling obviously last year did as well. That's a good that they've got a few players that have, but it'll just be interesting when it come finals time. There's Lohman. Hit behind there for Lohman. Lohman up to 40 though. 44 because he got a tackle that I haven't refreshed. So Lohman going well. Anyone's got Lohman, you'd be pretty happy with this at the moment so far. I'm annoyed that I don't have it. It's 48 actually. So Lohman going very, very well. So Bailey Dale's 52. Zorko is on 49 along with Will Ashcroft. Kenny's up to 43 as well, so really good quarter for Kenny. A 31-point quarter for Kennedy. Wilmot, McCluggage going all right. Libba, English. Levi's going okay. Bont, 32. It's annoying, but is what it is. Hopefully you can keep going and just get to 50 at halftime. That would be nice. Who's going worse than that? Yeah, Zorko's on 19. Obviously not great. It's because the Dogs have only kicked one behind as well. It's not helping. There's a goal for Jared Berry. Jackson. There you go. You'd be pretty happy with that, Jackson. Your unique kick and a goal. So that will put him up to... Where would he be up to now? Where's Berry? Be up to 39, which is not too bad. There you go. Up to 39. So Jackson will be pretty happy with that. Hi, Bale says, Sahal. How you going, Sahal? Hope you're going well. It's been a while since I've seen your name in the chat, mate. Hope everything's going well. Jackson Bont kick it up, Darcy up forward. Cricket Cut, as a Crows fan, I just want one home final in all honesty. Mate, to be honest, in all honesty, Cricket Cut, I just want the Crows to play finals. Obviously, the closer we get and the more wins that they bank is obviously better. So that's the good thing, right? Is that Nixie said that they've been taking it a week at a time. And I think that there's even more reason now to take it a week at a time. Because it's like, don't go, let's get top two, get home final. Let's just go, okay, Gold Coast this week, you tick that win off. You're a step closer to having the best possible result there. So Will Ashcroft free kick. 11 people haven't liked. Smash the like button, said Jackson. Yes, if you haven't liked it yet, please smash the like. We're up to 44, so still going all right. So if you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. There's a tackle for Berry. Maybe not a tackle. Maybe it won't be counted. Libba with a handball there. Richards with a kick. Got past Sam Darcy there. Wilmot handball. I think that was Dunkley with a handball. Or Zorka. I saw the blue boots. I don't know. I think it was Dunkley. Norton been pretty good lately, says Jaiden. Yes, he has been very, very good. Will Ashcroft with a handball. That was interesting from Charlie Cameron there. Really nicely done. Lyman! Oh, he dropped the mark. Oh, that went bigging. He got a handball though. So he's on 50. Here's Levi. Second goal coming out for Levi. Couple of quick goals for Brisbane now. So it's stretched that lead back out to... I think it's the biggest lead of the game now. Oh, no. Free kick for Brisbane. There you go. I don't know what the free kick was. It against Lyman? 2012 prelim Crows v Hawks was a classic, says Marco. Yes, it was. I still to this day think that Dangerfield should have been given a free against Ben Stratton. I thought he got held after he handballed it, but cracking game. And that Hawthorn team was just ridiculous. They were so good. There's Zorko. No tackle there. Did he get kicked in the face, Zorko? Oh, bloody hell, here's Zorko again. Is he bleeding? He got kicked in the head. There's Dunkley. I think got a handball out just. Don't know if Kenny gets a tackle for that one. Kenny, see, Zorko's bleeding. He's going to come off now. This is bloody very frustrating for Zorko owners. This has just been has an ankle injury. Then he has now bleeding now. Oh, yeah, it's a double whammy. His calf hit him in the head, then the boot scraped him. Top 4, then win the first final, put you in the prelim, says Tony. Yes, I do know that. Yep, and I probably sounded like I didn't know that, to be honest, but yeah, agreed. I did my predictor, Adelaide, also second, Collingwood, Geelong grand final, says Stallity. There you go. Well, I'm glad that people are predicting Crows to finish top 2. I hope they do. Another tail for Dunkley, says Corey. Loman 48 as he had the behind hit the post. Is Wilmot an option, says Stallity. He's been good, very good. Will Jack Martin be the sub, says Caleb Fife? There's a chance he will be, yep. Him or Bose are probably my pick. Blimp, pretty excited for Sam Darcy next week. Think he'll be craving a bag against some quieter games. Oh, he could go massive against Eston next week. Is keeping Norton pure stupidity, says Sahale. Well, no, if you have forced trades, it probably isn't. That should be holding the ball against Kennedy, but it's not. But Dunkley, another tackle. Oh, there's no way that they've given that against Garcia. No. No, sorry. They paid, sorry, no. Hang on, they paid holding the ball for Garcia. No, that's fair. That's fair enough. So there's been no tackle there for a Dunkley, unfortunately. Loman flying to Sully. Yeah, going along very nicely. Do you think both teams score over 85 plus? Well, the way they're going, I think they will. Another goal for Garcia. Keeps them in touch again. What's Zorko's percentage barrels, says Stu. I'll have a look at halftime. Do you think... yes, for matchup has Dale versus Zorko, says Stally. Have you got Dale, though? Loam looks good, says Blimp. Yep, yeah, for sure. We'd love a final too, but home final just means we finish above 6th. Yeah, agreed. Yep. Didn't count. Was a free against to Lob. Yep, Loman 50-point half. What the hell, says Mike? Goddamn Zorga to Stally. Zorga kicking the head. Zorga copying it tonight. G, says Mike. Wasn't Loman against, think it was Will Ashcroft, I think, says Corey. I think so. A lot of tackles this game already, says Jaiden. Zorga, stop injuring yourself, says Jackson. What's your recommendation for Sam Darcy trade, says Andrew. Well, how much have you got, Andrew? I wouldn't have traded him personally, but depends how much you've got. I took Zorko off for Bailey Dale. That was crazy, says Jaiden. Get him on the interview, says Marco. Loman's a trade target, F4 for sure, says Haz. I did the predictor and had Eagles coming last. Could have been Zorko there, real close, says Kobe. Bont's been on the bench for ages, says Lee. Well, he's back on now, which is something. Handball for Bont there. Lucky Tom and Taser help, says Tim. What are you trying to say there, Tim? You're saying I don't help, mate. I help a bit. Like so that. Sally, yeah, I've Dale. So okay, you're probably happy with that. Bont, hopefully 50-60 at halftime, says Jackson. I hope so. If Loman does well, who to bench out of Jackson, Petrarca, Rankin, Nakos, Jacos, McCarthy, Cheryl Hill? What's McCarthy? If you can loop him with someone, then do that. I can put Smith into the mids if needed, says Nathan. It'd be Benchy McCarthy. Those other guys are still premiums at the end of the day. But here's Bont again. Another handball for Bont. Not a great kick from Davidson. Doesn't favour anyone. There's a tackle for English. There's Sam Darcy handball. Frazier kick. And that's an awful kick. No one there at all. Let's refresh these scores. 3 minutes 20 to go. Ashcroft up to 58. Dunkley, 9 tackles in the quarter, in the half. Tell you what, he's on track. Lairds got the record at 20 tackles. I partly hope no one beats it, to be honest, but you also see Loman 50 as well. Kenny 47 is really, really good for those that had him and were worried at quarter time. Where's Bont? Bont's 39. It's not awful. But if he can get another 10 points for the remainder of the quarter, that would be handy. Sanders, get the handball to Bont. Should have handballed to Bont. And he goes in board. And he kicks it to Bailey Dale. Good on you, Sanders. And Dale's going to kick the... No, good. He hit the post, thank God. Dale's really starting to piss me off now. I know he's had a quieter call in the first one, but seriously. Does nothing for weeks, and then all of a sudden in Brisbane, in the wet, he decides, here we go, here's where I'm going to put up a good score. What about Hewitt, Bale, says Jackson? Hewitt against Melbourne, I think, is a good matchup. So I think Hewitt could score quite well. Tim says, you helped me Tuesday night. They helped today. Thank you. All good, Tim. No, I was only mucking around anyway. A-Bars is Libba in strife for that hit on Ashcroft. Potentially, I saw that. Got him high. So Zorko +6. That's handy for those that have got him. There's Kennedy with a handball again. Freo fans all supporting Lions hard this game. And Lions will probably do the same when they play the Pies. Well, yeah, like if Freo... There's another +6 for Bailey Dale. Dale, piss off, you prick. Just keeps racking up points. Go away. 65. Seriously. How is he marking so much as well in this wet weather? Dale under the roof versus Dale in the wet. I know, Mike, exactly. And that's what's pissing me off the most. That's what's annoying me the most. How can anyone consider Doggies a finals chance when Darcy's constantly the forward getting the ground balls in the forward line? That is a good point, Feverlank, actually. He gets so many ground balls for such a tall guy. They don't really have a danger. Like, Cody Waitman out, it's actually a really big out for them. He's the guy that normally gets those ground balls. Here's Zorko with a kick in. Here's Zorko again. Another handball for Zorko. Here's Dunkley handball as well. Lockie Neal with a kick. There's Levi with a +6. That's a great kick. There's English handball. Richard's got a handball in there as well. Here's bloody Bailey Dale again. Piss off, Dale. Fuck off, man. There's a tackle for Bont. Just the one tackle for Bont there, but take that. You almost got two, but we'll take the one tackle there. There's Will Ashcroft. Goal for Will Ashcroft. Back to 13 points. Neil been taking 5 marks a game. I bet for this game, 0 at halftime, says Fevelenko. I have Dale, says Andrew. Dale again, says Mike. Dale trying to make up for last week for non-owners. For owners, says Nathan. It's just frustrating. 68. Like, go away, man. Will Ashcroft going well as well. Dunkley, good for him as well. How have they not paid that tackle to Bont? It was a clear tackle where he tackled him and he didn't get a handball. So they're missing a tackle for Bont. Bont, without a doubt, will get an extra tackle. And if they don't add that tackle, I officially do not know what a tackle is anymore. $48 likes as well. So just 2 away from 50. So if you haven't smashed the like, please do. Dale again. Another handball. Piss off, Dale. Kick at Bont. Yeah, Bont got the kick. They're going to get a mark before half time. Oh, West dropped it. What are you doing, man? This Dale stuff's hilarious. Love your wet bell, says Yacht Rocky. Thanks, mate. It's just so annoying. And also, shout out to you, Yacht Rocky. I know you became a Patreon member as well. I saw your name pop up, so thank you, mate, for newly signing up. Hope you have enjoyed that so far. Again, Dale in there. What the hell, says Mike? At this rate, I'm going up in the ranks this week. So Studley, Sanders so fantasy irrelevant, was so good last year. 50 at halftime, surely, says Jackson. I'm assuming you're talking about Berry, maybe. Bale's just got back. Dale's on 51. Why is he on 70? Yeah, he's just getting just cheap ball. It's pissing me off. It really is. But let's go to the scores at halftime. Dale's on 70. Will Ashcroft 67. Dunkley 59. Wilmot 52. Fletcher 51. Lohman's on 50. Really handy for those that have got him. Kennedy's on 49. Great quarter from him. He had a 37-point quarter there. Libba 46. English 46. English a bit quiet in that quarter. Neil and Levi on 43. Bont 42. he should be on 46. I'm fairly confident they will add a tackle to Bont. And if they don't, it's a joke. He should be on 46, but still not a great quarter for Bont. Gave a few free, but considering he gave away a few free kicks, it's not the end of the world. McCluggage 41. Jared Berry's on 41 as well. What else we got? Ed Rich on 35. Anyone's got him? Not great. Only one tackle, no marks for him. Zorko 27. Obviously, it's not great, but he's obviously been injured a little bit. So hopefully he can junk it up in the second half and get to a good score for those that have got him. And that's pretty much it. They're the main ones there. But yeah, Bont should have another tackle added here. So hopefully that's the case. Didn't play Darling Game. That's what's scoring. No, I didn't either. No. Tether T, Kai on field this week after last week's train wreck. Yeah, no, he's going well so far. No worries, Bales. Glad to support all your hard work. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciate that. If anyone wants to join up on the Patreon as well, if they haven't already, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. Yeah, if you want to sign up for the last month and a bit for the year, it's like $10, $20. The subscriptions do pause at the end of the year, so you don't get charged once the season finishes. So if you'd like to sign up, yeah, feel free. If I pay for a team review, is it you that reviews it? Yeah, Dylan, that's me that reviews it, yeah. But Dylan, what I would say there is, instead of paying $15 for a team review, sign up to the Patreon, $10 a month. It's only 2 months to go, so at most it's $20. But you get 4 team reviews. You get one per week. So I'd probably say, if you want to save money, you get it's $5 cheaper to sign up to the Patreon, but then you get an extra 3 reviews. So it's almost like buy one, get 3 free, but also save $5 at the same time. So if you want to sign up, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, because you also get the team reviews, but you also get guaranteed answers to all your questions, because I can't always get to YouTube comments and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Plus, you get Patreon Q&A every week. And next year, there'll be a lot more other content as well. But yeah, if you'd like to do that, then sign up there, Dylan. Why'd you have Bont, says Andrew. I've had Bont for a while. And get to go in the Patreon Cup to win good money, says Kobe. Oh, Kobe, that's only for that closed pre-round 1. Anyone that signed up late rounds 2, 3, 4, it's fine. They're fine. But it's Patreon. The Patreon Cup for the cash prize is for people that have been members for the whole season, because I want to reward the people that have had a good year but also have kept throughout the season. Because a few people cancelled after a few rounds, and obviously if they're up there, then they'll be ineligible. And if you sign up really late, then you probably won't be in it, unfortunately, either. Just to reward those coaches that have stayed for the whole season. Bulldogs have 9 out of 10 mids, 9 of 10 forwards, and 6 of 10 backline. What do you mean there, Jaiden? Footy efficient, Bales. Do I take Whitfield's VC or Captain Dawson? This is where your team's at and where you're ranked. Question: Footy efficient. Where you ranked? What do you got? Are you trying to win league matchups? Are you trying to get top 100, top 1,000? Do you need to take it on? That'd be my question. Okay, I'll sign up if Bont gets over 100, says Dylan. Well, I don't know if I like his chances of getting 100 at the moment, but we'll see. Fielder Colon says, Riley, nicely done, mate. I'm back, Bale, says Will. No, I should have held Dale last week. Louis, my boy, says Will. Patreon Cup still awesome. Get in early 2025, early 2026. Yep. Hopefully big, better things moving next year in the Patreon. So, yeah. And obviously the bigger the Patreon gets, the bigger the YouTube channel gets. Obviously the more likely is I can make this a full-time thing and provide more content daily, weekly for everyone. So, yeah, if you'd like to help support, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, or smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. They're the other ways you can help support us. Hopefully Bont gets that +4 added. He should get it added. I'd be disappointed if he didn't. I want to check my matchups, actually, to see what uniques and stuff I've got against me this week. Let's have a look. So I'm playing Jake in the Content Creators Cup. So I've actually moved down about 600 spots. So not a huge amount. I thought I would have moved down more, to be honest. So I've got Jake, Content Creators Cup. So he's got Dunkley and he's got Kennedy as 2 uniques. And he had Ash And I've got just Tom Green. So he's got Rosie Captain. Is he taking the Lockie Ash 107? Interesting. If he's taking the 107, might be taking the 107 to be honest. So he's got McCarthy, I think. McCarthy, so we both got McCarthy. So he's got Ash, Sinclair, Rao, Dunkley. I think is he going is he going Grundy? Don't know if he's going Grundy or not. Forward line, don't know who's got there, who's bringing it. Can't remember who's bringing in. He's got Kenny Rankin. I've got Nasiah, Nick and Josh Dacos, Tom Green, Brody Grundy at the moment, but don't know if he's bringing him in. Luke Jackson, Parker, and Daniel. So should be a good matchup. Actually, I've got a few of those uniques in that North and Sydney game, to be fair. Oh, no, just the 3. Just Grundy, Parker, and Daniel. So hopefully they go okay. And then I want to check my Hat Chat League because that's the one I'm almost most keen on at the moment. So I'm playing against... So he's got 4 uniques. He's got Zorko. He's got Bailey Dale. Of course he does. Dunkley and Kennedy. So that's a bit disappointing. And I've got Bont as a unique. Damn it. So I'm losing points on Bont and Dunkley at the moment. Bailey Dale's the one that's annoying. So he's got Grundy captain. So it looks like he is not taking the 109. And I've got Grundy VC into Dawson. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. Obviously, Zorko's not doing great, which is obviously handy. But having Dale is really frustrating. That's even making me even more angry about Dale now. Well, that's annoying. What do we got here? Ranked top 200 at the moment, says Footy Efficient. In that case, I think I probably lean to taking it. Just because if you take it on and something happened to Dawson, you're going to lose ground. 109, realistically, if Dawson goes 129 like he did last week, you lose 20 points. But there's a chance that... But then again, you could look at it the other way and go, well, I want to be inside the top 200, top 100, so maybe you take it on. So I guess Footy Efficient's depending what you're probably after. I know I was rating the Bulldogs team. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yep, 9 out of 10 mids, 9 out of 10 forwards, 6 out of 10 backline. That probably sums up, yep. Maybe I'd probably say 8 out of 10, maybe 8 or 7 out of 10 forwards at the moment without Waitman. Just showing Fantastic Four. Looking forward to Fantastic Four, actually. What's that? July 24th, so that's next week. Looking forward to that. Zach Johnson to Caleb Daniel. Yeah, I don't mind that, Andrew. Like that trade. You're doing fantasy full-time this year. You seem to be everyone doing so much, says Kobe. I'm trying my best to make it a full-time thing. So, yeah, obviously the more people that sign up Patreon, support on the channel like in terms of like subscribing, liking, everything like that, it all adds up. And hopefully one day it can be a thing. So, Bales, I'm doing AFL Fantasy and will probs suck, but may as well have a crack. Yeah, mate, have a crack. Yeah, have a crack for sure. And tune into the Fantasy Fanatics AFLW stuff we're doing. And also check out Free Kick. That'll be the best way to get all relevant information. That's where I get a lot of my information from, is from Free Kick. So check the legends out. Also fielded Kyle Lohman and was stoked with that last quarter. Yeah, Louis been good. Yep. And if he held that mark, it would have been like 10 more points. Yeah, exactly. Stu, what was that website? Bales Moreau's Magic or something? What website? What do you mean? What was it for, Stu? Susan, Bales, can I come in the Patreon Cup next year as you'll pause our membership when this season's over? I don't have to do anything right. It will just continue. I just joined mid-season this year. Yeah, Susan. So if you just joined up, everything will be paused once round 24 is finished. And then you don't have to re-sign up or anything. It'll just kickstart in probably January, February. I'm not sure exactly when just depends when I start doing the content, right? Probably February is when main stuff on Patreon will start getting underway. But I'll do obviously content in January as well. I'm joining Patreon Cup start next season, says Will. Yep, no, make sure you definitely get around it. What was your highest end of year rank, says Riley? I think I was like around the top 500 at one point. Haven't quite had that really good year to finish top 100 or get close, but gone up to 24th overall, says Tim. Nicely done, mate. Nick Dacos probably getting tagged by Wagner, and the coach for Collingwood said Nick is sore. Zaid says, yeah. No, I'm not looking at Dacos as a captain or anything this week. Definitely not. Do I take Tom Green's 110? Says Orify. Very similar response to what I said with Footy Efficient's question. Where are you ranked? What are you looking to do in terms of your goals and stuff for the remainder of the year? Wado, g'day, Bales. Got to love when you have Loman on the bench with 50 and Kenny on field with 49. Oh, if you got the emergency on loan, mate, you might be able to loop him. Do we think Rosie will be back next week? Says John. I think he will be. Yep. It's so frustrating. Lauren Young not a pick anymore. Yeah, Corey. It's very, very frustrating for sure. The percent of players. I just checked the percent. Oh no, sorry. Yes, I did check the percentage of players on Mirror's Magic for top 100 and everything. So let's have a quick look. I'm only going to do Zorko. We could do stuff after the game. I just want to check the one for this one. Oh, seriously, it's going to get me to log in. Okay, I can't bother logging on the laptop. I'm just going to log in. I'm just going to go on my phone. And I'll check Zorko. Was it Zorko? Was it Zorko you were asking about, Stu? Yes, Zorko. So Zorko's ownership is 20% top 1,000, 11% of the top 100, 10% of the top 10. So not many people have got Zorko. I knew it was low, but I didn't actually realize it was that low. Has says, guys, smash likes so Bales can do this full time, says Has. Yes, no, appreciate that. We're up to 57. We're actually tracking along really good tonight for what we normally are, to be honest. So if you haven't liked it yet, make sure you do smash a like so you can keep going and get to that 100 likes. Could have got Dale, I'm an idiot, instead got Whitfield. No, definitely not. Whitfield was definitely the pick, Dylan. You made definitely the right call. Vivek, saw the new graphics at the start of your stream. Looks good. No, that was actually just the generic one if I don't put a thumbnail up. But the thumbnail's the same, but appreciate the kind words there, Vivek. When you're doing the Patreon rankings, says Tim. Maybe next week, the week after, the next couple of weeks. Are you going to do AFLW content, says John? Yes, I will. Yep. How do you send cash to the winners? Probably PayPal is probably the safest way to do it. Probably PayPal there or something like that. But I'll message you, Tim, if you're lucky enough to be there. Obviously, you're right up there at the moment. So what's the percentage chance Dawson gets 110 plus? It's a decent chance. He's averaging 110 for the year. But Orify, are you like top 1,000, top 100, top couple of thousand? Stu says, can you type it in the chat? What do you want me to type in the chat, Stu? What do you want me to type in the chat? Sahel, have a good night, guys. I'm off. Take it easy, Bars. Nice to tune in after some time. Yes, thank you, Sahel. Appreciate that. It's been a while since we've seen you, mate, but thanks for tuning in. Who are you targeting next week? Bales, says John. No idea, to be honest. I want to see how tonight goes, but I've got a few guys that I'm tossing up between. So obviously Gawn, potentially if Marshall doesn't do great. Mills up to a Whitfield maybe. There's a few mids I don't mind the look of as well. So a few options there. I probably haven't really looked at it yet. Like and subscribe for more Bales Crash Out, says Will. Thank you, mate. Ryan McKay, only just joined the stream. Sorry if you mentioned it 100 times, but who'd you trade in, Bales? No, mate, all good, all good. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash a like as well, Ryan, if you can. So trades this week, Cherry and Martin out and brought in Grundy and Parker. Had 180k in the bank, so it was very handy. Hey, Yacht Rocky, thank you, mate. Very much appreciate the super chat there. Thank you, mate. Yo, Bales, X to Gawn or Grundy? Still need to get rid of Horn, Francis, Mills, and McCarthy. Only have Liddy, May, and Heath as cash gen. Gawn saves me 100k with 315k in the bank, but is Grundy too good to pass up? I think, to be honest, if you've got a few of those guys, you need to upgrade the extra. If you think that extra 100k is going to help you, you go Gawn. If you think you can spend the 100k, go Grundy. But I think you're probably likely, from what you're saying there, if you've got to go McCarthy up on field, you've got to go Mills up, Horn, Francis up, and you've only got Liddy, May, and Heath as cash gen. I think you've probably got to save the 100k because that 100k could be really important. But appreciate the super chat there, Yacht Rocky. Very much appreciate it. Looking like Libba will be a fine with the hit on Will Ashcroft, John Rouse said. The website. It's Moreira's Magic, so I'll just type it in the chat. So it's... to be fair, Stu, you've got to pay for it, though, because it's Selby's thing. You get the podcast and stuff. Yeah, so you have to pay for it, unfortunately. But then, fortunate, goes to a good cause. It obviously helps all the stuff with Starlight, so... Do you have a league in AFLW I can join? Says Andrew. Yeah, I'll be organising that next couple of weeks. So, yep, I'll be doing that for sure. No, I'm not the best. I'm like 10K ranking, says Orify. Well, if you're 10K ranking and you just want to take it on, then take it on. Like 109 is like or 110 is like you're probably not sure. Take it on. Captain Dawson, I reckon. Orify. Just try and swing and try and get as good a rank as you can. Can you do mail? Says Tim. No, I'm not. I'm not going to send cash in an envelope or anything like that. So it would just have to be through PayPal or a bank transfer or something like that. You're my king, says Jam. Talking about Will. There you go. Yacht Rocket Cheese Bells was leaning that way anyway. All good, mate. Happy to help. Any late adjustments? Hopefully Bont has got that +4, but I doubt it. Someone got added something. I just don't know who. No, Bont hasn't been added that tackle. Absolute bullshit. Cash is king, says Yacht Rocky. Agreed. Yep. Up to 60 likes as well. So you guys are killing the likes tonight. Appreciate everyone that's done that so far. So let's keep it going. Because once the stream goes, as everyone knows, I will head off and have my dinner. And I'm pretty hungry at the moment. So I probably won't want to stay around too long. But I got 66 watching. So appreciate everyone that's tuning in. What's your rank, Bales? Pre-round, it was like 4188, I reckon. But now it's down to about 4,700. I was up at 100 spots last night. Back down to about 700 spots. Obviously not having many people playing tonight. Bales, versing you this week in your cash league. What trades did you end up doing? Says Solly Stalwarts. So I ended up going Cherry down to Max Heath. And then I went Nick Martin down to Ashton Moyer. Solly, that's what No, I'm joking. No, I'm all good. I went Cherry and Martin out, and I brought in Grundy and Parker. That's what I've done. I'm still tossing up if I go Gawn and McRae, but I think I'm Grundy Parker. Wood went 121 against the Cats earlier this year. Reckon he does something similar this week, Bale, says Matt. Potentially. I don't mind. I actually like Wood as an option. Probably one that hasn't got enough chat this week, so I don't mind Wood if you want to go there. Probably with the risk of Martin being sub, maybe you go Wood. What is the BSB number on card? Oh, BSB is like it's an account number to transfer money and stuff like that. So. Do you play AFL 23 on PS5, says Tim? I think I played a little bit, but not a huge amount. Corey Blades, do you know what I feel they should do with team value? There should be one for on-field and value for the bench rather than the whole team. Yeah, Corey, I agree with that, actually. Yep, they should do one where it's like team value for field, team value for bench, and then team value overall. They should do all three. Look at doing Will Day for next round, says Andrew. I wouldn't be trading Will Day for next week. Will, but what's that you're drinking, Bales? I said it before, just a fast twitch, like a Gatorade little energy drink type thing. So, quite nice. Just a great flavour one. So, haven't been watching the game. What's Kenny's role been looking like? It's been good, solid. It's just been what he's had played all year, to be honest. Clay Smith, howdy, Bales. I've gone Grundy and Warner instead of Gawn and Myers. Thoughts? I do like that. Clay, are you the Clay Smith that's in the top? That's been in the top 50 a fair bit this year? Because if that's the case, I do like Grundy and Warner because you're getting still a really good forward. There you go. So apparently Bont's starting at half forward. Kennedy, Libba, and Richards in the midfield. Dunkley with the first disposal with a kick there. Wait, no. Bont was starting at half back. What is that shit? Why is Bont starting at half back? Bevo, what are you doing? Seriously, why is Bevo starting the captain and your best midfielder at halfback? Here's Dunkley. Another kick coming up. And Lohman, he dropped the mark. Should have taken that one. Handball for McCluggage. Why is Bont at halfback? He's in defence at the moment. And Levi with a goal. Is that his second goal because that other one didn't count. Yep, having Darcy in my team is so scary. But yeah, Clay, I'd go Grundy and Warner because I think Warner's a good enough forward that you can get him. I'm assuming the other ruck there, Clay, is Marshall, I'm assuming. What do you think of Darcy Cameron instead of Gawn or Grundy, says Tony? I'm a bit nervous. I think there's a chance he gets rested next week against Richmond. Because we know Collingwood are trying to rest these players through. I'm a bit worried about that. So I think Gawn and Grundy are still the picks. Ben says, hey, Bales, actually had with Dale for once. I'm not, Ben, but I'm glad that you're happy. Guinea Bevo again, says Wado. Yep, yeah, of course he is. Best man in the game at halfbacks as well. Yep. Do you think Patreon Cup rankings 100 points behind the leader, says Tim. Yeah, Stu's up the top at the moment, so Stu's going quite well. We've been bevoed, says Marco. Oh, he's in the CBA then, so I don't know why we're staying at halfback for the first CBA just to then go in the second one, but interesting. Typical Bevo doing some weird things. There's an awful handball from Riley West. He had Matt Kennedy free and he went to Richards instead and didn't even get it to him. Oh, McCluggage. Oh, McCluggage he's half took out bloody. There's bloody Dale again with another handball. Kennedy. Don't give it back to Dale Kennedy. Seriously? There's Zorko with a handball as well. Darcy with the tackle. Dunkley not too bad, just past half time, says Jackson. 100 points behind Stu, says Tim. Fantasy Fanatics Open League next year. I probably will do an Open League this year. I forgot to do one this year, to be honest, but I'll do one next year because I'd like to see how many people that follow the pod are in top 100, top 1,000, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I'll do an Open League next year for sure. Could Lions go back-to-back in the grand final, says Zaid? Yeah, they definitely could, yep. Have to take a red dot with Horn fronts out, which sucks, and I don't have Loman/May, very unfortunate. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Ben. I'm just going for top 10 in Patreon Cup hope this year, says Kobe. I feel that Levi still wins Rising Star, says Corey. He probably does, but Dan Curtin's obviously going to be there. Going to be pretty close. Not looking good for the Dogs. No, it's not. No, Brisbane's starting to pull away, especially if this goal goes through. No, he's missed it. It's out in the full. What do we got? So, Bont, 46. So, they did have that tackle for Bont. Bont is on 46. He just got a handball there as well. So, I'm glad that I was vindicated that I said that will definitely get added, and it did. So I'm glad. So Bont up to 48. Corey, Murphy Reed Rising Star, says Jaiden. +6 for English. Kick in for Dale as well. Dale needs to really... Looks like Archie's following around a little bit more at the moment, but not sure if it's a tag or anything like that. And now Dale's getting intercept marks. Piss off, Dale, you idiot! Darcy again, another mark. +6 coming up for Darcy. Good mark from Bailey Williams there. And Matt Kennedy lining up for goal. Bloody hell. Every one of my players that I don't have is now scoring well. How long have you been doing fantasy for, Bale, says Tim? Probably 14 or 15 years, probably. I remember that the first year I started doing it is when like Jack Stephen, Andrew Gaff, Luke Shuey, that were like rookies. So whatever year that was. It was like 2009 or 10 or something like that. Maybe 2011, one of those years. There's a goal for Kennedy. It's annoying as a not very, very annoying as a non-owner now. He's well up over 60 now. 63. Jeez. And now Darcy's up to 50 as well. So all the players I don't have, Darcy, English, Kennedy, Dunkley, Dale, all scoring well. Really frustrating as a non-owner. Sorry, I'm not in the loop. Is Dale against you in a matchup, or did you just trade him out, says Yacht Rocky? No, I'm up against him in matchup, so I'm pretty much up against Dale every week for some reason. I don't know why I keep getting matched up against Dale. It's been good the last few weeks, but of course, when I need to win in Hat Chat to stay away from relegation, I'm up against Dale. Jordox will be close to. Yeah, Corey, good call. Yep. Only 1,132 points behind Stu and Patreon, says Kobe. Kick for Dunkley again. Oh, my God. Piss off, Dale. He just keeps getting these shit +6s around the ground, and it's doing my head in. Dunkley +6 as well. And, of course, I've realised as well that guy's got Dunkley in his team as well. So he's got Dunkley and Dale. And he's got Zorko, who's getting a +6. So literally 3 of his players getting points in quick succession there. Do you have Zorko, says Tim? No, I don't. No. What's your rank, Bales? It was 4,188 pre-round. 15 years is crazy. It's my second real season, says Will. I am 27, so I've been playing it since I was like 12, 13. So, Bales, are you getting beaten by Ben in AFL Fantasy Classic? I'm not sure. I don't know. I've got so many leagues I'm in, Andrew. This is my first year doing fantasy, and I win most of my matchups as well, says Jaiden. That's good to hear, mate. And then Dale's going to get another... Oh, no, that shouldn't be a tackle, but they probably will give it to him because it's Bailey Dale. 2011 was Gaff as a rookie. I think that was my first year. I think. Do you do drafts, says Tim? Yeah, I do. Bales, do you believe in UFOs? I still think that there's no way that we're not the only things in the universe, to be honest. So I do think there are aliens or some other living form out there, but that's just my thoughts. Kenny, another tackle. Oh, God, this is painful to watch. Not owning Dale or Kennedy or any of these guys going well. Nothing for Bont there. Dale's on 90. What is this? Is a joke. Bailey Dale against Brisbane at the Gabba in the wet is on 90. He's had 7 marks as well and 3 tackles. You just take away the 3 tackles, he's on 78, which isn't actually too bad. But 90 against Brisbane in the wet is just an absolute piss take. There's Zorko with a kick. And no one from Brisbane's even gone near him. They just let him free and to do what he wants. Locha coach jumped off Dale. Didn't play Kenny in game day squad this week. Was Warriors, says Corey. Where's Bont, says Tim? Yeah, he's been quiet. My fantasy career peaked years ago. My rookie luck has long run out. And this will be another kick out for Bailey Dale. What's the bet? No, Brambles taking it apparently. Interested to see how Bont finishes this game, says Mike. I agree. Solly says, what footballer look-alike are you, Bales? I've got no idea. If anyone wants to say who I look like in the AFL, feel free, but I've got no idea. I haven't really said to anyone, to be honest. I traded Dale out for Errol with DPP last week, trying not to be frustrated with it not going well, says Blimp. Oh, it's just incredibly frustrating. He's scoring well against Brisbane at the Gabba in the wet. Another handball for Zorko. It's just bullshit. It really is. And then Darcy's got another free kick. And Darcy's scoring well in the wet as well. What? Seriously? How? It'd be different if the Dogs were actually, and that'll be another free kick against Bont. What's the bet? No, it wasn't, but there was nothing for Bont there. No, they missed Dunkley. So Dunkley with a kick. Casey looks like Vossi, says Solly. Oh, someone said that Mitch actually looks like Jared Lyons. I actually think that's a really good call, actually. Second season aim for top 20 cases. Jackson. Zorko's on for a +6 here. Zorko should get it as well. Zorko's starting to score well. Had a good quarter so far. Naz has scored 131 versus them, and then Dale. Yeah, exactly. No one besides really... Oh, there's a tackle for Kennedy, potentially. But Zorko with a kick. And Zorko behind. Zorko 8 points off Bont, says Kobe. Yep. And, of course, I've got Bont as a unique in that matchup of mine. And Dale, another kick in. Piss off, Dale, you idiot. Someone tag him. That's the only good thing that Dale's done is kick to Bont. And I know he's done more than that, but meaning good for me. But seriously, this is a very, very annoying watch that Dale was dominating against bloody Brisbane. You just never know with fantasy. You can play the matchups, but it isn't everything. Yeah, 130 this week, but 60 next week, so not a big deal. Well, it is for me because in a matchup of mine, so Dale's score this week is going to be probably important. You look like Vlosten, says Blimp. Well, there you go. Fair enough. Luckily, only 8.5% owned, says Will. Oh, it's not lucky, though, because I'm up against Dale in a matchup. So there's Dunkley +5. Will Ashcroft got a handball in there as well. That's a throw against Hipwood. Has to be. Looks like a better looking version of Source Merit, says you hot Rocky. Zorko 8 points. Oh, yeah, I said it before from Kobe. So that was a hole in the ball free for Tim English. Just don't give it to Dale, whatever you do. Trying to go to Bont, but a shit kick. That'll be a tackle for Bont. We'll take that. Why did Dawson lead the Swans, Bell, says Moon Boy? To go back home. Obviously, he's originally from SA, so oh my God, Dogs are never going to beat a team in the 8. My boys are frauds, says Has. Smash up like, says Moon Boy. Yes, please do. We're on 64, so 36 away from 100. So if there are 36 legends out there that haven't smashed a light that can get us to 100 lights, that'd be fantastic. No tackle there for Bont either. How long left in the quarter, Bale, says Will. Got 10:41 on my clock. Loman up to his usual tricks as Stu. Loving Dunkley late, says Corey. Loman always good for a 0-point quarter. Still half a quarter to go. Just take the hat off. He's good. Just takes the hat off his good game, says Blimp. Bales actually looks like Tim English. No, I do not look like Tim English. That'll be one I'm not happy about being compared to be honest. Kenny got a handball there. Dale scores less than 120. I'll be happy, says Will. Oh, this rate? Yeah, you probably say that. Yep. Baz laid out, says Blake Barrett. I wouldn't be shocked, Blake, to be honest. Another +6 for Zorko. Zorko's starting to really rack up now. Watch for Fletcher when Zorko retires, says Corey. Here's Zorko again. So +9. Zorko's really racking up now. So it's a bit of a worrying first half, but he's getting to a good score now, which part of me's happy about because I'm going to be gaining as well. Part of me's also annoyed because I'm up against him and Dale and Dunkley and Kennedy in a matchup, and they're all scoring well now. So the way it's going, I might be cooked in this matchup, to be honest. Bales, Kenny or McRae both have a good run home. Kenny will be cheaper than McRae next week. Probably Kenny because he'll be cheaper. And he's looking good again tonight. Sand's been awful today, says Lee. Yep. Luke Roger looks like Lee Markov. Tim English is handsome. What do you mean? I'm not so sure, Jam, to be honest, but Bales looks like Zach Butters. No, yes, don't. Yeah, I know you're kidding me, Bob, but definitely. If I said that, I'd be making my hair different. I'd be getting plastic surgery because I don't want to be compared to Zach Butters, to be honest. As good as Zach Butters is a player. Let's have a look. Let's refresh these scores. What are these players on? Dale 93, Dunkley 83, Kenny 73, and Zorko 59. So he's now 1 point better than Bont. That's what I mean. Like in my matchup, I'm up against Dale, Dunkley, and Kennedy. Like seriously, like not many people have got 2 of them, let alone all 3. And I'm up against all 3. Like just does my head in. This year for league matchups for me has been just shit house. It really has. 22-point lead for Brisbane. Nice, says Jaiden. Solly says, I'd Clark as cover for Rosie. Is that bad? 54 isn't horrid. No, it's not too bad. Already had McCarthy D6, says Solly. Zach Butler's also handsome, says Jam. I knew that would trigger Bale, says Moonboy. Another tackle for Dunkley. Geez, Dunkley's racking up the tackles now. Well, he's been doing it all night, but I think Bont's on the bench for a rest. There's Riley West. This has to be a goal for Dogs. Simple as that. And it is. So still 16 points. Dogs still sticking around. No, come on, Butters. This is blimp. Kaplan Trays looks like Chris Grant and Roger Ramjet. There you go. Crow's fan reaction, I think. It says blimp. What player would you want to look like? I don't even know, to be honest. I haven't even thought about it. Zorka outscoring Bont. Yep, I know, Zach. It's very unfortunate. I reckon Bowles actually looks like Jordan Butts. Nah, no. Give me a good player at least. Like, I know Butsy's been good this year, but it's very hit and miss, unfortunately. I want Butsy to be really good. He just, unfortunately, I know he had a collapsed lung, and I hope he's okay, but he just seems to get injured at the wrong time, unfortunately, which is a shame. But how many lines have put in 20-point, 10-minute patches this third quarter, says Mike? Probably a few. Dunkley, another tackle. Dunkley's just, this is ridiculous. He's just tackle. Is he on 91? Yeah, 11 tackles for Dunkley. And now I'm concerned because now I'm in a matchup where this guy's got 2 players over 90. And there's another one for Dunkley. My God, is that 12 now for Dunkley? Or are they counting that tackle so he's just on the 91? I just had a feeling this is going to be a Dunkley type game with the wet weather. Not 95. They did count that tackle for Dunkley. So 95. Damn, I'm going to lose this matchup. Bowles is like a taller, more muscular, more handsome Jordan Dawson. Thank you, Haz. I appreciate that. Zorko, another +6. Oh, this is getting disappointing now. This is now starting to ruin the game for me. Knowing that my opponent has got players just absolutely racking up now is really disappointing. If I look even slightly close to Toe Pink, I'd be happy, says Tim Paul. There you go. Dunkley, I think another 2 tails coming up. Yep. All right, Jordan Dawson. Thank you, Solly. Appreciate that. Yep, I think I look like Jordan Dawson. There you go. Bales looks like still thought of Rankin. There you go. If the only way to get Grundy is to get Jack Martin, should I get a different ruck because he could be subs, says Caleb. Potentially, if you get Gorn or someone like that, who can you get instead? That would be my question. Dunk's going to break the record, 95 with 12 tackles. Jam, we need Darcy to start getting goals. Best players, Dunks and Dala in my team. +6 for McCluggage coming up. Dunks was great after the bye if you didn't have injuries. Yeah, Andrew, I wish I'd jumped on him. I looked at him. I was pretty keen on him. Went merit, which it helped last week and this week because I would have had Martin captain last week. But there's another goal for Jared Berry. How has Zorko overtaken Bont? Wasn't he off the ground half the game with 2 different injuries? Says, yeah, he was. Yep. Rofe and Trays looks like Henny and Hamish. There you go. There's Fevelenko. Plot twist, Moonboy doesn't own Dunks. Yep. Andrew, Bont never again for me. That's what I've learned for next year. Can't pick players who are so up and down. Yep. Yeah, agreed. Why people still talk about lookalikes, says Jackson. Bell's the dead ringer for Mac Andrew. There you go. Yacht Rocky, interesting. Link, not where Bell's Defos. Heath, Black Twin. I don't know who that is. We started to look like trend. Yeah, I think we've had enough of the look-alike trend, to be honest. Considering Darcy hasn't got a single goal, he's actually scoring okay, says Lee. Yeah, he is, yep. Jackson happy with his boy Berry as well. But yeah, the fact that in my matchup, he's got Dunkley, Dale, Kennedy, and Zorko, who are all in the top scorers of the game, is so disappointing. Honestly thought I had a chance this week with a few of my uniques and stuff. But if he's just going to have players all scoring 110s and 120s, I'm going to be down a fair bit. Here's Dunkley again. Another handball for Dunkley. Zorko 9 disposals this quarter, says Corey. Yep, very frustrating. Well, at least Kenny has a decent score at this point, says Grover. Oro dunks through 580s in a row, then jumped off in pre-buy since then. He's put up like 3 130 pluses, says Haz. Go Gorn, can afford for 820k. Go Meek or Cameron, get Parker any forward under his price. Already have McRae. Probably in that case then, Caleb, I'd go. Can you go Grundy and Mason Wood? That would almost be my pick if you can do that. Matt, would you go Wood over Curtin for a week play? If everything goes okay, you can get them to McRae. Yeah, well, you could. Curtin's going to make more money, so if it's a 1 week play, I'd go Dan Curtin, to be honest. Sorgo probably tons from you, says Mikey. Probably does. Oh, Heath Black. Oh, of course he is. Heath Black, Dockers legend. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now I remember now. Yep. 13 now for Dunk, says Corey. Do I go Grundy and Martin both with 50k or Max and Martin with 50k? If you go in the same combo, you go Grundy over there. Bont got a handball there. All I need, like, if this guy's players are in my matchup are going to go well, I really need Bont to start going well as well. Hope he gets 7 more touches. Bales, you look like horny from the traders, says Will. Dunce, I can't be happier, says Jackson. 14 tackles now. Loman 0.3 quarter, says Fevelenko. Bevo just whispered Smith into Bont's ear on the bench. He might go insane now. I whispered something into his ear. Okay. OMG Dunk, says Marco. Rayner needs 20 more points, says Andrew. Kennedy handball. Richards handball. Yeah, Dunkley's, he'd be over the ton now, wouldn't he? 105, jeez. Looks like Poulter's about to be subbed in. Yeah, not owning Dunks and having him against me in a matchup is really disappointing now. And I took the VC off of him in RDT as well. Put it on Grundy, so I'm not too disappointed. But yeah, the way Dunkley and Dale and that are going, I don't hold much hope for my matchup anymore. If I get a couple of 120, 130s on my head, which I can't see how it's not going to be that at this point. Here's Bont. Bont, go for goal. He's kicked it to Darcy as well. Darcy Mart lining up for goal. Literally every one of my players is just that I'm up against are going well. Duncan, another tackle. I paid 1.06 million for him. Glad he's in form now. Yeah, he might be the guy I've got to get next week, to be honest. Maybe get Dunkley in for Callum Mills if I can. Go like a Harry Rouston down to a 230k red dot mid forward. And then get Dunkley maybe. There's your 0 point Loman quarter, just as I thought I was getting kissed, says Haz. There's a goal for Darcy. Keeps them in touch. 16 points again. Dunk's probably a play for the remainder of the season. Clad says, Mike, yep, agreed. I have got, actually, to be fair, I might have Dunkley VC in a draft league, actually. Let me have a look. Well, that's something. I have Dunkley VC in a draft league I need to keep winning. And because I accidentally left the captain on Caldwell, he's my captain. So I'll take that at least. That is something. But yeah, I think I remember doing I think I did a trade not long ago in a draft league. Who did I trade? I traded Farrell and Finn Callahan and got back Dunkley and McKercher. And that was when Dunkley was playing poor, so I thought I'd buy low and get McKercher as well. And it got accepted, so I'm pretty happy with that trade. I can get Grundy and Wood, so if Martin is sub, just change to Wood. Yeah, I'd almost go Wood over Martin, to be honest. But yeah, if you want to go Martin, that's obviously fine as well. Nothing for Zorko there. I thought he'd get... No, free kick for Zorko. Bloody hell. What did Merritt score last night, says Moon Boy? 99. Just check the weather before you trade Dunks in, says Haz. I think you can do it regardless of the weather, to be honest. A lot of chat coming through here. I'm struggling to keep up with it, to be honest. You guys are smashing it tonight. Lyman dropped the mark. There's nothing for Lyman. Cameron stole off of him, so no points for Cameron. So no points for Loman, sorry. Darcy Fort, touched by Bont. Where was I up to? Dale kicking again, goes to English. English +5. McCluggage handball. Was this going to be a Bont intercept mark? Yes! Bont, keep going, mate. +6 for Bont. I don't know why he's playing a bit in defence at the moment, unless he's just floating back there, but Bont might get it back here, you know. Don't know if he got a handball there or not. Bells, are you doing Fantasy AFLW this year, said Dolly? Yeah, doing AFLW Fantasy this year again. There's McCluggage with a kick. And then Hipwood mark. What the hell? I thought Loman was good, says Louis Leary. They said Loman calf problem at half time, says Corey. Surely Dunkley makes the captains next week against the Suns. Oh, yeah, he will. Yep. Actually, if he's got the Suns next week, that is a big... he's probably at my top of my list, I reckon. Trade out Darcy instead of Moore last week was definitely a mistake, says Louis Leary. Tim Hall sweating on Bont as much as CEO at a Coldplay concert. Mike, I think Rosie might even be a trade if named with Port's run home and a broken end in the halfback position. I think he's probably a trade out if it gets you a Dunkley, Zorko, Nasai, McRae. I'll probably go Mills to Rosie next. So Mills to Dunkley next week. So another miss, another kick in for Bailey Dale. Seriously, Brisbane, stop missing. That's already 10 behinds tonight. They just keep missing and giving Dale 3 points. Wood did score a 56 2 weeks ago. Is that concerning? Which 40 trading in? I'm going Parker, but I had a bit of cash in the money, in the bank, sorry. Loman 4-point quarter says, does Loman get that tackle on Bont? I think he did. Johannesson with a kick. Bowles winner or Watchalong aside this week, says Jackson. What do you mean there, Jackson? How do I learn AFLW, says Moonboy. Check out the Free Kick Pod. That would be the best place to get all that all the stuff there. Dunkley to round next week. Yep, yeah, that'll be exactly what they do. Come on, guys. As many likes this quarter as Loman kicks. Up to 67 likes. So still, if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Trying to get to 100 likes once again, as we always do. Why does Dale take all the kick-outs, says Dylan. Oh, that's just his role. He just takes them out. Zorko, another kick. Would you get rid of Long or Mills first? Probably Long, John, because you can... there you go. Probably Long. I would trade out John, just because you can get a midfielder for him. Brisbane just bat themselves, seems to not pay attention to opposition. But they should. They're a tough matchup regardless, but still, it's not mattering tonight. Bales, would you do a finals game watch song for fun, says my boy? Yeah, I didn't do a lot last year, but we'll probably do a few this year. So, we've got 50 seconds to go. Dale's up to 99. Bont 69. That'll be nothing for Bont there as well. Archie, that's a great mark. Duncan look like the best option in the midfield, says John. Potentially, because he's cheap. What about Tigers matchup? Bales for Long? It's a good point, yeah. Yep, Dunks or Whit next week, says Will. I've actually probably leaned towards Dunkley because Whitfield plays Sydney and that could be a Jordan tag. So maybe I'll hold Mills for 1 week, trade out a midfielder, and then... Oh, but no, I can go to Dunkley regardless and go Mills to Dunkley and then just get Whitfield from someone the following week. So we'll see. Prioritise getting Nasir or Dunkley, says Louis. If you can get Nasir, I'd get him. And another miss for bloody Archie. So now it's going to be another kick in for Dale because he's going to kick it just before the siren goes. Yep, that'll be another kick in for Dale. And he kicked to Bont and took too long. Whitfield going to get tagged, says John. I agree. I got Bello moving the magnets. Dunks for the Gold Coast matchup for sure. What match are you going to be doing a watch on for this weekend, says Jackson? Probably one tomorrow night as well for Carlton and Melbourne. That'll be the only other one this weekend. Dale ton now. Yep, I know. Dale's on a ton. So I'm up in a matchup. He's got Dunkley and he's got Dale. What can I do? When I get matched up against people and they have these ceiling scores, it pisses me off no end. I would just like to have a matchup where I'm the guy that gets the ceiling scores as uniques, which that doesn't happen. Anyway, let's go through the scores. This game's pissed me off now. It was all right for a few quarters, but now it's pissing me off. But Dunkley 105, Dale 102, Will Ashcroft 80, Kennedy 78, Fletcher 78, English 78, Libba 76. No, English up to 79 now. Neil 74, Zorko 72. He had a near a 50-point quarter, Zorko. McCluggage and Darcy and Bond and Berry all on 69. Levi 67. Loman 54, 4-point quarter for him. Richards on 50. So why can't he be matched up against someone might have an Ed Richards or something, who's having a poor game? It's always got to be the guys having the ceiling scores I get matched up against. Seriously. What an annoying game. Fraser's really fallen off from fantasy perspective after that good month mid-season, says Mike. Yeah, just his role just isn't conducive to fantasy points at the moment. Who's your matchup this week? Says Cam 5. I'm up against Jake, but I'm almost more concerned about my Hat Chat League because I'm in the bottom 4 currently. I'm only out by 0.4. And I need to win these last 2 matchups to give me a really good chance. Like if I lose this, I'm relying on the people around me to also lose and then win next week. I had to win this week to give me a really good chance, but they'll probably get 32, 34 touches, says Jaiden. Are you going to play FPL this season, Bales? Yeah, I always play FPL. Any news on Rosie for next week, says Marco? No, but I'd probably say there's a chance to play. His name's a test. Wish I got in English in time. Oh, he's on 79. He's not burning you, I guess, unless he has a massive last quarter. What's Bont on? He's on 69. Apparently, Libba might get suspended, says Zayn. I think John Rouse said it would be a fine, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. Ed Richards on less than Loman, who took the third quarter off, number 1 Spud. Only 19-point lead, feels like 39 plus, though, says Zayn. John, got to stick with Grundy, I think, now, is scared of missing out on a big one. Bales, what would you take from Loman to save the headache of trading in a sub 800k forward like a Martin? Probably 70. I'd take a 70. 73 likes, almost up to 100. Smash that like button, says Jackson. Yes, please do. Well, we're up to 73 already. Yes, we are. Appreciate everyone that's done that so far. If you haven't already, keep smash the likes so we can get up to 100 as we always do. I'll be getting my dinner pretty much straight away. So if you can like it quick and get it to 100, then it'd be good. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Is Buzz going to get tagged by Hawthorn? I think he will, because there was a lot made that Hawthorn didn't tag Sarong last week and they got beaten. So surely you tag Butters, but who knows? What would be the best thing to do if I'm new to FPL, says Will? Probably check out the official FPL pod. Check out some videos, pods, stuff like that. And if Marshall goes average this week, then I can go to Gorn. Yep, fair enough. Yep. What's for dinner, says Jam? I'm not sure. I haven't organised. I'm going to get takeout from somewhere. I don't know if it's Zambrero's, a burrito bowl again, or if it's going to be Hungry Jack's or McDonald's or something. I'm not sure. How was your steak last night, says Will? Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Mum cooks a great steak, so very, very nice. That and the veggies were great. Can confirm Sam Darcy is a hard watch, whether you own him or not, says Tim. Any news on Bay Smith injury, says Dylan? No, just that he was having a fitness test, I think. Any adjustments for points? Oh, Dunkley got +2, of course. Dunkley up to 107. Oh, jeez. I'll be back in 2 sets, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on. I'll be back. There you go. Sorry, just had to go to the bathroom. Blimp, do you ever struggle to watch games without looking at them through a fantasy lens? Yeah, I can't watch a game of footy without a fantasy lens on, to be honest. The Crows game probably is the only ones where I can actually look at the Crows without a fantasy lens, obviously because they're my own team, but every other game I watch it from a fantasy point of view, to be honest. Dunks on crack, says Marco. He's been going well. Zebro says Jam. Was going to trade Cherry next week, but Spud Richards is gone. And Romarsh is Whitfield, I reckon. Wait, is Toot Miller injured? Is that why he's commentator or something? He did a hammy. Well, is he commentating tonight? Kick from Kennedy. Dale already 5 points. Dale 5 already discovered. Of course he is. Yeah, Crows should beat Suns this week, says Jaiden. 14 tackles, Dunkley, says Jaiden. Since you were away, Bales Bont got ignored 3 times. Of course he did. Dunk's on Bonnet stoppages now. They're already on 7 points. Yep, of course he is. Dale can piss off. Absolute idiot. 109. Like, seriously? Like, to be honest, how am I getting matched up against someone in my league that doesn't have Cherry and doesn't have... No, sorry, not Cherry. Doesn't have Rosie, doesn't have Martin, and he's got only Horn Francis and Cherry, and he's got Dunkley and Dale. Like, seriously. Like, the chance of that happening, like, seriously, it's just... And he's got Zorko, and he's got Kennedy, who are both going really well. So it's just bullshit. Like, how am I matched up against someone that's hasn't got a few of the key bullets? Like, it's just bullshit. Love it. Traded Dale out for Whitfield, says A Swish. Yep, yeah, that's fantasy for you. Trade out someone that's got a hard matchup and been incredibly shit the past month, and is already on Whitfield scoring. He's got 17 minutes still to go. You missed a great specky from Norton. They only care about league, says Corey. Yeah, it's just annoying. We're up to 76 likes as well. So just 24 away from 100. So if you haven't liked it yet, please do. Because, as I said, I'll head off once the game's done. So if we get 100 likes before the game finishes, that would be ideal. So if you haven't liked it and you're watching right now and you haven't smashed a like, just head to the video. There'll be a like button there. Click the like button, and you've helped us out a whole bunch and helped us get to our goal of 100 likes once again. Bales, you seem to be in a Porto aficionado. What do you recommend there? Said they're very few around Perth. Their chips are outstanding. Yeah, the chips are good. I do like the chili cheese fries. Get extra cheese sauce because I don't like as much of the chili, but I like the cheese sauce in there. I normally get was it the chicken cheeseburger or something like that. It's got like mayo, barbecue sauce, cheese, and like a grilled patty. Then I get some chicken bowlers, which are like spicy popcorn chicken. That's what I normally get. It goes down nice. 15 tails for Dunkley, 6 to go. I hope he doesn't beat Zorko again, +6. It's just so frustrating that every one of the players I don't own are now racking up in this game. Dunks, don't let Dale catch up, says Jackson. Oh, he's going to, unfortunately. And he has Esther next week. Dale's probably going 130 there, says Blimp. Free kick line, says Jaiden. Yeah, look at that. Zorko, over 80 now. Kenny's already over 80. And then Dale and Dunkley are already on about 110. So... Another kick out for bloody Dale. Of course. Like, Archie, stay with him. Like, my God, how hard is it to get your opponent to not touch the ball? Seriously. Kenny should have got a +6 there. They ignored him, went to Davidson instead. Lions can't kick straight. Stu says Bont. Bont did go 160 last week. Yeah, but I need to go 160 this week because, of course, he's a unique for me. And, of course, I'm matched up with a guy that's got bloody Dale who's dominating, Dunkley who's dominating, Kenny's getting the job done, and Zorko who's going okay now. At this stage, I'm probably getting relegated to League 7 in Hat Chat, which is really annoying because I only just got promoted last year, so... Kenny was out on the full and paid a mark. It looked pretty close. I don't know if it was, but yeah. I told Loan to tag Dale Bales. She'll be all right, says Has. Oh, nuts, no. Dunkley tackled in the defence and they didn't count it, which is weird, says Corey. So is that Kenny on 94 or 91? Like Dale 112. I'm still annoyed at that day at Ballydale against Brisbane when it's been wet at the Gabba. Like seriously. Still 24 likes away from the 100 likes. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Don't know what happened there. They too busy showing the replay and they missed the centre bounce. Dunkley, another kick. This game has dropped me down numbers quick. Yeah, I'm going down the. I'm assuming I'm going down the ranks pretty quickly as well. But more importantly, my league matchups are not looking good now. You know, I'm down about 1,300 ranks so far this game, but yeah. Opinions on Matt Kenny and Sinclair's options going forward. Seeing it could be a top 6 come season's end. Kenny's going to be great value. Yep, I agree. I do like both. Oh, Frazier, you had Bont there in the middle. Of course, they're going to Norton instead. Be nice if Bont actually decided to do a bit of what he did last week and actually get involved. Like, he's doing nothing. And when he's a bloody unique for me, can't afford him to be bloody putting up a shit score. Oh, Norton, what is that? That is an absolute sack. And Dunkley gets a kick away right when Bont was near it as well. So that should be holding the ball against Dale. He didn't bloody dispose it and he threw it. And of course I don't pay it. If I owned Dale, that would have been holding the ball. Claire, what are you doing handballing across like that? Norton pulls off the most disgusting shank, says Blimp. Yeah, he does actually. That's a good point. Now Riley West, where's Bont? Oh my God, he can't even get it forward, bloody West. Oh, and that's another shank as well. Seriously. How can you not kick a ball? Now Zorko handball. I was 2,800 start of the week now, out to over 6K, says Has. Yep, I've obviously dropped a bit this game so far, which is surprising that I've only dropped 1,300 spots with Bont and I don't have any of the other guys going well, but... Frazier, what do you do? Like, Frazier's been shit the last month and a bit. Like, he just makes dumb decisions all the time now. O'Donnell's hurt his ankle, I think. How has Dale got the mark there? And Dale's going to get it back. Fuck off, Dale! Prick! Loman with a kick. Oh, geez, that's a bad kick. Who get the point, though? But, my God. What happened to O'Donnell's done a really bad ankle sprain. That's a bad one. I wouldn't be shocked if that was a fracture there as well. That's a bad one. His foot is completely gone. Oh, 90-degree angle. Zone to O'Donnell ACL. It's not an ACL. It's just his ankle. Oh, jeez. How is that not holding the ball on West? Oh, Oh, geez, that hurts. I've done something fairly similar to that, like a pretty bad ankle sprain. Oh my God, it is absolutely excruciating. Zorko holding the ball against West, and they say play on. Dropped 2,800 spots this game, says Kobe. -3 Loman on for a 1-point second half. Dale suspended, says Stu. Yeah, that would hurt. Bus might come back into the Dogs lineup. Oh, I don't hold much hope, to be honest. If they wanted to play him earlier, they would have. Oh, geez, let's have a look at these bloody scores. Dale's on 121. My God. I still can't believe my luck that I'm matched up against someone that's got Dale and Dunkley, and then they've also got Kennedy and Zorko, and I've got bloody Bont, who's on 75, and he doesn't have Bont. Like, who doesn't have Bont in those ranks at the moment? Like, seriously. And Dale's going to get the free kick here. This is just bullshit. Piss off, Bailey Dale, you absolute bastard. Absolute idiot. 124 against Brisbane at the Gabba. Someone, man up on him. How has he just been allowed to roam around unopposed all night? Norton's got Bont short. Oh my God. What? Yeah, Norton, you're a prick as well. Absolute idiot. Go to your captain when he's open free, you idiot. There's a reason that you've been shit for so long. That's out in the full. Seriously, that's out in the full. Has to be. So, Bont, you actually going to do anything, mate? Or are you just going to lope around, jogging around? There's Loman again with a mark. Bont, mate, you've done nothing tonight. You've been shithouse. Just loping around, not doing anything. Back to the Bont of like 5-6 weeks ago. Absolutely nothing. I've gone 3,000 to 1,500, but will be on 700 points from 8 players, so we'll plummet by round den, says Fevelenko. There's a goal for Loman. Mike said he had a matchup where everyone went off against him. Oh, it's just like the guy's got 3 of the top 4 scorers, and he's got Zorko, who's not far behind, and I've got Hard Watch Bont, who's on 75. Seriously, as a unique, how is Bont a unique for one, and then how am I matched up against someone that's got Dale and Dunkley and Kennedy and Zorko? Like, just shit. Absolute shit. Might as well just accept I'm getting relegated from League 6 in Hat Chat. I'm not gonna get promoted. I had to win both games to keep my season alive, and that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna rely on everyone around me losing, which is not gonna happen. Bont can't even take him. Why are you trying to take a chess mark, Bont, when you've got someone on your hammer? Like, oh my God. For the best player in the comp, sometimes he can make some really odd decisions. Why are you going for a chess mark when Ryan Lester is there? Go for the bloody, get your hands up and take the mark. It's funny how a player can go from being like absolutely enormous one week to looking like nothing the next. And Fraser really should have given the handball off there, but kicks the goal. So it's still 15 points, but Bulldogs are now 1-0 against sides to say. No, I wouldn't say it just yet. It's only 15 points, still 8 minutes to go, but like Bont still is on 75. Still needs 25 points in the last quarter. This is why Bont is such an annoying player in fantasy to own. Last few years, he's just been so frustrating. Like that year that we averaged 170, where's that Bont gone? Where's that consistent Bont that gets hundreds every week? Now it's just this guy that goes 140 or 70. Looks like Western, Norton and Kenny are the only ones trying, says Jaiden. Crazy that Dale went 59 versus North under the roof. That's what I mean. Oh, finally, Bont. You get some points. Gets a clearance. Actually doing something. Here's Fraser again. Richards. No, tried to do way too much then. Could be pinged. Yep. pinged holding the ball. If they kicked that, they would have been within 9. It said Ed Richards trying... Snap it there. Why are you trying to go around like that? Just dumb decision again. Feels like Bont is more Supercoach than Fantasy. Oh, 100% he is. Can you trade out Bont? I'm not trading out Bont, but it's a hard watch week to week. I know he was good for 3 of the 4 weeks before this, but you'll get 2 or 3 games of Bont amazing, and then you get 2 or 3 games of Bont just doing shit. And there's another handball for Bailey Dale, who still has not been manned up on. That'll be... What the hell happened there? Bonus about to go... Bont about to go on my never again list as Kobe. He caught the tag against North and they moved him forward. That's what I mean. Like, why do teams not do what North did? Like, is Fletcher a potential touch to Jackson? Probably not for me. No, I thought, oh, that's on the ball. Poulter should have got a free kick there for holding the ball. He should be lining up for goal, Poulter. There's another kick for Zorko, of course. Now, Dogs are still in this. If they can get the next goal, get it back to 9 points, they are definitely still in this. That's holding the ball. Geez, they're not paying any holding the balls. Seriously. There's Frazier. Oh, geez, almost marking, but still just not doing enough. Oh, Bont intercept mark. Bont lining up for goal. Oh, my God, here we go. This could be something. Bont with the gift. Yeah, agreed, Blimp. Bont going for goal. Boyle's hunting now, says Jaiden. I'm holding Mills 1 week, then into Josh Dunkley. Dumb kick. He's back, says Stu. Oh, he's actually marked it. Bont plus people saying Bont kicks the goal. So, because I'm like a few seconds behind. Yes! Finally, Bont. About bloody time, mate. Finally. But as a unique, it's still not. He's on up to 90. But as a unique, being 36 points behind Bailey Dale is not what I thought would be happening tonight. 30 points behind Dunkley as well is disappointing. But if he can get to a ton at least, I'll take it. He got a gift, but hey, you need gifts in fantasy sometimes to get to a score. Zorko's on... So I'm playing against a guy that's got 4 uniques and all 4 are over 90, including Kenny and Zorko, who are on 93 and 90. Hey, Vals, would you take Lohman's score or take a chance on Jury against Richmond? What's Lohman on? 74. I'd be taking Lohman. I wouldn't be chancing it. Like, it's a good, pretty solid score. I'd be taking Lohman. Lohman there, Gareth. I tuned in. And there's Bont with another tackle. Bont to 94. Keep going, Bont. Still got 5 minutes to go. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. There's Bont again. Handball. Get it back to him. Here's Bont again. Kicking it again. Here. Where's this Bont been for all game? Where's he been? Would you consider trading in a donut for Lohman's score instead of getting Curtin? Yeah, potentially. Yep. I would consider it. It's Josh Dose all over against his Stu. Yo, Rocky, hang on. Dunkley, another handball. Zorko, a kick. Oh, Archie grabbing his hamstring. And it's 50 against Dale. If you bag them enough, they'll come, says Stu. Do you reckon Rosie's a watch for the rest of the year? Broken hand ain't great and Porter out of contention. Bad run too. I reckon Sinclair or Josh Dose overtakes him. So he's got Rocky. Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Dogs can't afford to concede a goal here. Marshall's been subbed on as well. Don't know who for. There's a tackle for Kennedy. That'll be holding the ball. Yep. Bont +7. Dunkley and Dale and Supercoach should be like 130 Supercoach at least, but Dunkley has 7 clangers and Dale 8 clangers. The Bont's on 99, says Corey. Going crazy. 20 likes. Smash the big button, guys, says Jackson. Thank you, mate. Yes, if you haven't liked it yet, please do. Let's try and get to 100 likes. O'Donnell's back out there. How? How was O'Donnell back out there when his ankle went at 90 degrees? That's crazy that he's out there. Is that a free? I reckon that's a free against Bont again. Dunkley free kick, and I reckon it's against Bont. Yep, against Bont. 4 free kicks against. This guy, man. Seriously. Should be 110, but he's on 96 because he's bloody free kicks against. And now Dunkley's up to 126 as well. The fact that Dunkley is on 96 and he's giving away 4 free kicks is good, but still. Kenny on McRae says has. Oh, probably Kenny because he's going to be cheaper. McCluggage with the handball there. So we got 3.5 minutes to go. 9-point margin. Will Ashcroft and Kenny have also now tonned up as well. That's fantastic. Another ton for my matchup yet again. Oh my God, come on, Bont, stick the goddamn tackle, man. That's a mark. Don't need to review. You don't need to review that. See this, and see now this is going to benefit Brisbane. Because now Brisbane can now set up because they're reviewing this shit. Just play the game on and get the review done after. And if it's then, bring it back. Like, he's clearly marked it. Just play the bloody sequence on because now the Dogs are now going to be stitched up because now they're going to have Brisbane set up. Absolute bullshit. And Andrew Dillon continues to say that the game's as good as it's ever been. What an absolute load of horse shit. $81 likes as well. Just 19 away. Umpire called it behind though. But just annoying. Like, in these ones here, just play it on, unless it's a clear and obvious behind. But this is what bloody delays the game and just makes it annoying. But Ron, 81 likes, sorry. We need 19 more, so if you haven't liked it, please do. Can't Brisbane get the W, says Kobe? They might say behind. They might, but... But yeah, just need 19 more legends. So if you are watching and haven't smashed a like and can get us to 100, please do. We just need 19 more legends to smash the like button on the video. Up to 83, sorry. So we just need 17, sorry. 17 more legends to smash the like. So please do that if you have not already. Dunk that to 129 as well. Zorko 93. There is an umpire genuinely standing half a metre away from him. They want shorter quarters soon, apparently. Well, yeah, they need to get rid of all these reviews. These dumb reviews. Just like, there should be someone watching it. Like, there should be someone watching on the screen as it comes in. As someone kicks for goal, there should be someone looking at the angle already at the score review with the cameras. And then you make a call within 10 seconds for everything and then move it on quickly. Instead of these minute and a half reviews. Wasn't that? I understand it wasn't that clear, but what I'm saying is that it should be ones where they're reviewing it as the goal's being kicked, instead of like having a review where we take so long to finally figure it out. How is that in the back? What an absolute shit call! That is not in the back. No way is that in the back. And Zorko's going to get a +6 here. So Zorko's going to rack up probably 20 points now. Umpires called joke, says Fevelenko. Do I get Gorn instead of Grundy this week? Folk, you can go Mills and Dr. Witt and Kennedy. If it helps your trades a week after, then yeah, you can definitely do that. Of course, Dale gets another handball. And Dale will get... No, you won't get the tackle there. That's a tackle for Bont. That should be on the ball. Yes. And of course, they're paying... Bloody Richards again. Playing the advantage so Bont doesn't get the touch. And Zorka gets a tackle. Piss off. Good on you, Ed Richards, you dickhead. Why would you take the advantage there? Well, I understand why, but it doesn't help my fantasy team, so I don't understand. So, at least Bont turned up. I'll take that. Even Humps hate Spud Richards. Lions almost secured the win, says Jackson. Looping handballs through the guts. Doggies don't want to play finals. There's another tackle for Bont. At least that's something on Dunkley as well. So Bont's actually going to get to a solid. Is that 105 now for Bont? Well, how is he only on 100? He got the tackle and the free. Well, there's another tackle there for Bont, was it? Bont should be on 105. I don't understand how he's on 100. And West marks the ball. Here we go. They got to kick the goal here. There's still a chance if they kick straight here. Looping handballs through the guts. Oh, yeah. So before give it to him, Bales. Richards is a tool. Down to the Y here now, says Corey. Bont should be on 105 now. I don't understand why he's only on 100. He got the free for holding the ball and another tackle. They haven't paid the 5 points that he's for that. How can you miss that? Goal for Riley West. They haven't been added yet. He's on his score. Yeah, I know. I don't understand how you can miss that. How you can not add it to him straight away. Like, seriously. At least Bont's turned up. I'll take that. One player, get the ton. Would have been nice to have had a Dunkley or a Dale in the team, but yeah, still haven't added it. They've added Riley West goal, but they have not added 5 points for Bont. So he should be on 105. Bont 100 early tackle was paid. 12 lights come on, says Jackson. That's weird. And Dunkley should be 127. Yes, they haven't paid the free against Dunkley. And they haven't given the free kick for Bont. So Dunkley should be 127. Bont should be 105. I got Bont only 96. Well, he got a tackle before and then he got the hole in the ball free kick. So he should have not. He should be on 105. There's a no. That won't be a Bont tackle, of course, because they got it to play it. Come on. I almost want bloody Dogs to win this, you know. No, they're not going to win it now, I don't think. They need to go coast to coast in 50 seconds. Still time. But yeah, Dunkley should be 127. Well, he's 129. Bont 104. Well, they're still missing a point for Bont. They gave him the tackle, but he should be on 105. How is it so hard to bloody give him the free kick? Seriously. Bell's thoughts on loading up on Dogs players. They play 4 or 5 at Marvel. There's a tackle for English. Come on, Dogs. Keep going. Part of me wants them to win now because they're right there, and they're not going to because Will Ashcroft's going to take his time. Unbelievable. Thoughts on layout on Dogs players. They play 4 or 5 at Marvel, and MCG's the other game for rest of the season. Yeah, no, it's a good choice. Zorko Tunning's ridiculous, says Louis. Oh, yeah, I know. Yep. Zorko does Zorko things, says Kobe. Bont scores will get added now. They're taking the score away from Dunks. Thanks, Bales. Awesome stream again. Thanks, Jackson. Appreciate it. 88 likes as well, so we just need 12 more likes on the stream to get to the 100. Zork Show got robbed of a 140, says Blimp. And that'll be a goal for Will Ashcroft. Got the free added just then, Bales, says Corey. Why do doggies always get so close but so far? Yeah, no, that happens all the time. Yep. Another game that they let slip. I know Brisbane were inaccurate and Dogs were accurate to keep it themselves in touch. But to be fair, Brisbane were the best team all night. But frustrating that Dogs got close and they didn't end up getting the win. So Bont obviously got that 1 point added. So 105. So let's go through the scores. Still need just 11 likes to go. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do. So Dunkley top scoring with a 129. Bailey Dale 128. That just does my head in. Will Ashcroft 112. Bont got to 105 in the end with another 10 tackles, which is good. Kenny 104. Zorko 103. English 103. So all the irrelevant fantasy players turned up. McCoy's got 91, so a little bit unders there. Levi 87. Neil 83. Lohman 78. That's pretty good. If anyone was talking about bringing in a red dot to take his score, you could definitely do that. 8 tackles for Lohman is interesting there, but no, good score from him. Darcy 74. In these conditions with 1 goal, it's not the worst. Sanders only 58. There you go. Davidson 34. Geez, that's a bad score. That's pretty much it. So most people that we had turned up. I'm just annoyed I only had one of them. But yeah, 129, 128 is just really disappointing to concede that in a matchup. And concede another 200s. Good win for Lions, says Jaiden. Marco Bont outscored Kenny. Will take it. Says, yeah, agreed. Yep. See you, Bells. Have a good dinner, mate. Thanks, Jam. Appreciate it. Hard to watch Bont, but I'll take 105. Yep. Yeah, and a tough matchup. Freo, Fremantle the 8, says Jaiden. Stay in the 8. 10 likes, says Jackson. Yep. Just need 9 more likes to go to hit 100 once again. But no, I'll take the ton. So that's now essentially 3 ton. All my players essentially have tonned up so far this round. That being Green, Dunkley, and Merritt. But as I said, just frustrating that I've now in a matchup where I've conceded some big scores. So Jake had Dunkley and Kennedy. So Dunkley's last few games. So Dunkley's gone 124, 78, 137, 129. I'm going to have to jump on, I reckon. He'll be about 980, 990 next week. And he goes Gold Coast, Collingwood, Sydney, Freo, Hawthorn. That seems like a decent run to end the year. So I might have to jump back on Josh Dunkley, I reckon. And then my Hat Chat League 6 matchup. Zorko. He's had Zorko, Whitfield, Dale, Dunkley, and Kennedy all ton up as a unique against me. I've had Bont, Green, and Merritt, but seriously, I'm lucky that I've got some big players to come. Like I've got Nasiah, I've got Sheasel, I've got Marshall, and I've got Baz, who can all go big. He's got Cherokee. I really need those guys to really stink, along with Butters getting tagged. Otherwise, I'm going to be in for a tricky one. There we go. Oh, we've already got the 100 likes already. Jeez, I didn't expect to get there that quickly. I thought it'd take a little bit, but there you go. Appreciate that. Adelaide now 2 games ahead of the Dogs if they win. Yeah, so that it would mean that the Crows are in a very good spot to then get finals. Will Ashcroft 3 goals, 26 touches. Nice, says Jaiden. Paul Sparks, Black Code, F. Roberts playing foosball, 10-point counter code. I got no idea what any of that means, Paul, but appreciate you tuning in. Event for Watchalong this one, says Dylan. Timming is just getting it done again, says Louis Leary. Pretty happy with that. Decided to move Mart to defence to trade with Whitfield and Field Loman. Nice work there, Matt. Very good job there. Good game, says Bob Bell. Yeah, it was a good game. What Watchalong is tomorrow, says Dylan James. Probably Carlton and Melbourne is what I'm looking at doing at this stage. Trading in a red dot, going to take Loman, leaves me 614k to use next week. Yep, and you can do a couple of double upgrades, or even get a 23rd premium, actually no, but you're downgrading, so you just get that other premium back up. Plus, you might be able to do another premium switch. What will Kenny drop to next week? He'll drop probably 30, 40k, probably about 40, 50k maybe, because he went about 60 below his break even. So he'll be about 900k next week. So what's Kenny's price? Let me have a look. Actually, what's my rank? My rank is, so I dropped about 1,700 spots tonight. So Kennedy's break, Kennedy 966. Said if he scored a 78, he'd go down to 69k. So he's probably going to go down about 40k. He'll probably be about 920 next week. And he's got the Bombers. Goulden score predictions, Marco? I'm going to go 127 for Goulden. Just the first number that popped in my head, but I think he goes well. Well done, Kenny and Bonts as well. Kenny, English, ticks. Darcy, not great. 74 still in the forward line isn't too bad, to be honest. It obviously could be better, right? But you're probably not giving up that much. Will buy, and my two rejects, Dale and Dunkley, who stunk up my team when they sucked. Then they do this. Yep. I've hot dogs for dinner tonight, says Andrew. Nicely done there, mate. Will says Bont VC lock next week. Yeah, they got the Bombers, actually. Yeah, so potentially an option. But we saw with Giants this week that maybe actually, no, Dogs are a bit different. They'll rack up the points. You got Rocky, thank you for another super chat, mate. Any rooks under 300k you recommend, Bales? I like Ashton Moyer at 255k as a forward. But I'm not sure on the others. Maybe take a punt on a 230k guy, particularly if you don't need the cash, Jen, just get either someone as cover or get a red dot. Myers or McRae for rest of season, about the same, hey, says Stu. Yeah, about the same. I'd go McRae because he's a bit cheaper. That's how I'd probably separate it. What do you got? Yeah, next week, Hawthorn Carlton on Thursday. Not very fantasy relevant. Yeah, then another double header. Seriously? Why have we got a double header half an hour apart on a Friday night? And then we still have overlapping games on a Sunday. My God. Whoever is the fixturing team are just a bunch of idiots. Why have we got 2 games on a Friday at 7:20 and then 7:50, and then on a Sunday have got 2 games at 2:10 and then 3:15? That makes no sense. And still, the Showdown's not a bloody standalone game. I don't understand. Everyone that's not even South Australian loves the Showdown. And it's a bloody double header on the bloody Saturday night. Just the fixturing for next week is just, what are they doing? Like, why is Gold Coast and Brisbane the first game on a Saturday? That should be a night game. That is a great game. There's not, to be fair, there's not actually many games next week that are good. The only real good games is a Showdown and then Gold Coast and Brisbane. They should both be standalone games on a Thursday or Friday or Saturday night. And actually, Sydney and Giants, to be fair, is another good game, but that should be a standalone game, not along with Essendon and Bulldogs. Just whoever's done the fixturing had just got no idea whatsoever. Is Rosie out for longer than this week, says Keaton. Well, we don't know, right? But it sounds like it might only be a week. It was a test this week, so you'd think with an extra week's rest, he might be okay. I'm off to dinner. See you, mate, says Andrew. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. Will Sony captain options next week, such as Dacos versus Tigers, Dunkley versus Suns, Brayshaw Eagles, Holmes and Baz against North, and Sai versus D's and Bont versus Dons. Oh, mate, I haven't looked at it too much, but yes, there's obviously a lot that could be options there for sure. The only thing with Dacos against the Tigers, right, is that looks like Jack Ross might do a job on people, so that worries me slightly. Bloody VFL still says Stu. Showdown should be locked Friday night footy, says Will. Agreed. Susan, thanks for us to watch on. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Thank you for the super chat earlier on, and thanks for tuning in once again. But we got the 100 likes, so I don't need to stick around for too much. So any last minute questions, feel free to ask, and I'll head off and go have my dinner. Bloody Jet Ross says Will. Yep. I'll try, because there's so many good options, I'll try and go for players that don't have tags. I think Ed Langdon, the only thing is with Nasiah, I think Ed Langdon will tag Nasiah next week. That would be my worry. So I probably wouldn't go for him next week. Brayshaw against the Eagles is a good shout. Dunkley against the Suns is a great shout as well. He'd be someone I'd definitely be looking at. And then Bont versus Dons as well. There's a lot of good options. Baz against North. Great options next week. Who's Grundy? Who's Grundy got next week? Grundy's got the Giants. Yeah, Grundy's got the Giants as well. Grundy against the Giants is a great matchup. So, and he's on a Friday night, isn't he? Yeah, Friday night. So Grundy next week could be another option. There's a lot of good options next week. Do you have McCarthy on field, says Marco? Yes, I do. Yep, he's covering Rosie for me this week. But he's normally on my bench. Do you like anyone under 780k in the mids or defence, says Matt? Nah, not really. Not under that price range. You're banking on someone. Like, Ridley was probably the only shout, but he played last night. Going to field Loman, Martin to a 230 case of Stu. Yep, I like that. Bank in that 78 and do that. How did Kennedy look, says Steve-O? Yeah, he looked good. He looked good. Played well. A lot better than last week. I think someone said in the week that it was confirmed that he was sick last week, which funny enough, I remember saying that a few times and said I wouldn't be shocked if he was sick, and that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, a lot better tonight. Alrighty, well, I'll probably end up finishing up there, I reckon, unless there's anything else. Matt says, sweet, thanks, Bales. All good, mate. Thanks for tuning in. I reckon there'll be huge scores next week as well. I think there could be as well with some good matchups, for sure. Hey, good old Lyndon, mate. How you going? How you going, Lyndon? Thanks for the super chat there, mate. Faded Grundy and brought in English and Rankin for X and Martin. Currently ranked 478, 7:30 a.m. here at the moment, says Lyndon. Oh, mate, thanks for tuning in, mate. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, English, though, turned up in a tough matchup. 103, you take that. And then Rankin as well. Hopefully goes well against Gold Coast at home against his former team. Had a bit of a tough one last time he played him, but I think you have a good game. And yeah, hopefully goes well. Planet Ocean, Ridley's going to be a good budget pick. Yep, could be for sure. Thanks, Bales, for Watchalong. Till next time, says Dot Holiday. Thanks, mate. Might see you tomorrow night if you're there. All the hard matchups are playing each other, says Will. That's good. Vivek, not sure how to feel about English 103 after bringing him in. I'm actually not too bad about that, to be honest. If I had him, I'd be fairly happy because it was a tough matchup against Brisbane up at the Gabba. He turned up. He now goes into a great run. 4 of his next 5 are green, so I think he's fine. Thoughts on Tim Kelly, says Steve-O. He's an option. One of those forwards, right, that people are tossing up. If he's playing as a midfielder, he could be an option for sure. He would be someone that I wouldn't even be opposed to doing as like a 23rd, like as an F7 if he went well this week. But obviously, yeah, you're jumping on him this week. Could be an option. Cheers, mate, says Mo. All good, mate. Happy to help. Bales, who should I bring in out of Dawson, Goulden, Nando, Green, Steele, or Butters next week? Probably not Dawson next week against Port. Goulden's got Giants, which isn't great, but could go okay. I don't mind Goulden. Nando has got... Who's Nando got next week? Let me have a look. Who's Nando got? Oh, Brisbane. Sorry, in the rivalry game. What's the rivalry game? I've had a mental blank. What's the game between Gold Coast and Brisbane? What's the nickname for it? I've had a mental blank. I just cannot remember what it is. Yeah, mental blank. What is it? Q Clash. Yes, sorry. The Q Clash is on. Is where Nando's playing. Yeah, sorry. Green. Tom Green's got Sydney. Don't love that. Then he goes into Dogs. Don't really love that too much. Steele. Who's he got? Jack Steele has got Melbourne. That could be a shout. Jack Steele. And then into North Melbourne. And obviously, I've got a great run. Jack Steele's probably my favourite at the moment. And then Butters has got the Crows. Don't love that in a showdown. Then goes Geelong. That'll be a definite tag by Mullen. Then we get probably a Wagner tag. So definitely not Butters. Not Green. Not Nando. So it's out of Dawson, Goulden, and Steele. And Steele's got the best run, I reckon, to finish the year. But Dawson and Goulden are probably guarantees for top 8. So it's probably Dawson or Goulden. Like, Goulden goes Giants, but then he goes... he goes Essendon. Then Brisbane, not great. But then finishes off with Geelong. And then West Coast. Dawson goes Port, then Hawthorn, which isn't great. I don't love those two. But then finishes off with West Coast, Collingwood, and North Melbourne. So Dawson for the last 3... So it's between Goulden and Steele, Yacht Rocky, is where I'd go. And geez, that Goulden versus Essendon the following week. If you couldn't get Goulden the following week, I'd go Goulden. But if you could get Goulden the week after and get Steele, then maybe that's the way you go. Or Dunkley if you don't have him, Yacht Rocky. Watchalong tomorrow night, says Wado. Yep, be watching tomorrow night. Yep, for Carlton and Melbourne. Also, sneak out option, Dale versus Dons next week, 150, last game versus Essendon. Yeah, but Matt Guelphy wasn't playing, and Essendon are going to know how much he dominated last time. So, Guelphy will probably go with him, I think. So that would be my worry. So I wouldn't look at him as a captain option next week, personally. Next week will be a great watch. Hopefully not cursing at all the fantasy easy matchups plus Q Clash Showdown, Battle of the Bridge and WA Derby, even though everyone knows who's winning those. Yep, agreed. Yep, should be hopefully a good round next week. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. We've gone just past the 3-hour mark. So appreciate everyone once again for tuning in. Appreciate everyone for smashing likes once again. Got to 104. So it was good. Not too much stress after the game. We got there pretty quickly. So appreciate everyone that did that. Hopefully you guys have a good day tomorrow with fantasy, and we'll chat again tomorrow night. Yacht Rocky, I've got Dunks and Zeret. Thanks, Bales, Hardware Man in Fantasy. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. And yeah, got Dunks, yeah. So it's probably Steele or Goulden next week. Probably Yacht Rocky. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. I'll be live tomorrow night once again, as we said, for Carlton and Melbourne. So should be a good one there. Will hopefully be a good one there. Yeah, good luck with the games tomorrow. Hopefully your players can smash it a big score. Hopefully the ruck pig can go pretty big as well on debut for a lot of us. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the watch along tomorrow. So thanks everyone. Catch you then. See ya.